Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good night. If you're going to sleep, hopefully you're not. What's cracking? Welcome into Pop-Up with Jacob. This was kind of a prolonged Pop-Up with Jacob. Usually I say they're kind of spontaneous, but today was not spontaneous. There's a lot of reasons why it was not spontaneous, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a lot of things. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing lovely. Hope your day's been as beautiful as you are. First and foremost, I'm Jacob, one half United Spurs of America. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. As you see below, the Patreon's down there, patreon.com/United Spurs of America. Our patrons right now, we got different tiers. The 10-inch club, Queen Ellie, Tottenham Till I Die. She became the official first 10-inch member of the club. So official sponsors club consists of James George, J. Coe, Mile High Hotspur, Leo COYS, Scott M, and our anchor club members are C Cube, Ja Dank, and Alex Wood. So hope you have wood. I do. It's up through the night. Might stay up through the morning. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? But I do know something. I've got the one and only Colin in the house.
Man, dude, that intro was spectacular. I feel really special. I got like tinglies on my back. Dude, what's up?
I'm up. I'm all the way up.
I was gonna say, dude, my
cockerel
is hard, sir.
When we speak of cock and balls, there's one man I would like to also bring into the conversation, and that's one and only Kieran from Spurs After Dark. How we doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm whipping mine out just like Conte did today. Whipping them out and throwing them on the table.
Right.
He didn't just throw it at the table. He threw it at the man sitting across from him at the table. Come on. He was Buenas noches, Wikipedia. I hope you're drinking well. Cheers, brother. Sorry, I thought my camera moved, so I thought it was up there. Cheers, my friend. I'm going to take a drink for you. How are we all doing? I mean, are we feeling good after what happened? Are we feeling apathetic? Are we angry? What's kind of the mood?
I'm happy that we got the win. So basically, like the excitement of all the afters and all that stuff has kind of papered over the fact that we played like shit, and Chelsea looked like they were cutting through us like a hot knife through butter. But I mean, we got a point. I'm very happy with that point, especially given how we played, and the fighting and scenes and stuff was really cool. And I'd go to war for Conte.
Speaking of go to war, that whole match, I mean, I don't have a guess. Usually when I say speaking of, I bring in a guess or something.
Speaking of go to war.
Speaking of go to war, it's time to lace up them boots. Right. Scott M. What's up? What's up, Inthaj? Late night. What up? That's right. We had to pop up on that late night tip. You already know. Wikipedia. Jesus, is that White Claw? No, it's not. It's highball peach, like seltzer thing. It's all right. It kind of tastes like nothing, but it's all good. What are you drinking on, Wikipedia? I mean, I feel like every stream you tell us what you're drinking on. So,
what's up?
There's so much to talk about, y'all, but I don't want to like just rush into it and kind of like raw dog. I kind of want to like get things going, get things lubed up, if you will. If you can handle that kind of jargon.
Gotta have a little bit of foreplay. Wait for some more people to pile on in.
Are we talking a water base?
Make sure the room's nice and full and steamy, and then that's when you get it going. You know.
So is this like water-based lubricant or silicone-based or?
I would prefer water-based because when you get the oil mixed in, then you shower and then it like kind of mixes it all funny up. So speaking of,
so some people have allergies.
Very true. Very true. Good on you, Kieran.
You're a good guy.
For really just representing for everybody. There's so much to what's up, Cubes? Cubes asking for the link. We got Cube in the house. Cube John in the house. Damn.
Everybody know Cube got something to say.
I know. Oh yeah, she's coming in to defend her boy.
See, here's the thing. I know once Cubes joins us, I'm putting it in right now. Not that's what she said, but I'm putting the link in right now.
I mean, that's what she said though, for sure. You can't stop us from, you know what I mean? Like,
let's be honest.
Right.
But I know when Cube gets in here, we're gonna actually have to start talking about what we've seen and what we witnessed. And honestly, once I start thinking about it too much, really what it does, it makes me angry. But then I hear some of what the fans have been saying, and like, I think there's just a lot of overreactions, and I think some of it should be addressed. So that's definitely what we're going to be doing here tonight. Colin, have you heard any funky donkey business?
No, but I've also been away from the world.
Oh yeah, you were doing things like a grown human. So was Michael. Michael was doing that. Shout out Michael. He said he might
I got
pop
to watch
in.
the match though, at least, and I did watch along on Sean's channel, which was Aces. So I bet it was an insane one to do. But no, I haven't heard. What's everybody saying?
There's a lot, but speaking of a lot, someone who's got a lot to say. Before you say that, with no further ado, I don't have a fancy intro, but what's up, Cubes? We got Cubes in the house.
Hey,
how you doing?
I left another stream just to join your stream. That shows how much I love you and support you. United
Cubes.
Spurs of America, yeah.
That's right. You uniting us, and to me, that's a beautiful thing. Wikipedia says Jacob prefers oil-based lubricants. That is very true, especially when it comes to like what you put on the outer side of your clothes, just so you're nice and slippery. I think that's always fun. Speaking of nice and slippery and always fun, we've got the one and only Scott M in the house.
Oh my God, you son of a bitch!
You came in at the perfect time. Scott,
I had
we were
not
talking
listened
about
to anything, so all I heard
you came
was
in at the
slippery.
time we were talking about slippery, good
Oil-based
times,
versus
slippery
water-based.
good times. I appreciate all four of you popping in with me tonight. Appreciate everyone in the house. If you can hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your friends, tell anyone you might see. If someone comes up to you at a gas station, they're like, "Hey, you got any change?" Say no, but if you subscribe to the United Spurs of America, it'll do you good. You get rich or die trying.
What's crazy is like I've been talking to Scott like all day, right? Scott, like I've been kind of talking to you all day, and we agree that Son was like not good. Like he had a bad game. He had a really bad game. But what's funny is that you're actually like not the person that I'm trying to like defend Son against. That remarkably, you're actually like not that critical compared to what everybody else is saying.
There's a certain thing when you. Oh, sorry, Scott. Go ahead.
I rate lower than Son today.
What's that?
I said there's a lot of people I rate lower than Son today.
Yeah, I was like, the amount of just, oh my gosh. Everybody, and I think he's really, and I thought he had a bad game. I'm willing to say that he had a bad game, but people trying to blame him for both. There were people trying to blame him for both of the goals that went in. And
I mean,
I think the whole team's to blame. You can't really blame one player. That's actually really stupid.
That second goal, especially, I know we're going to get into it further. We're popping off early, and I'm trying to keep the cattle in the corral, if you will.
Oh, sorry.
But no, Cubes, I knew as soon as you joined, I was like, no more tomfoolery. And I appreciate you for that. You keep us on track here, and you keep it brutally honest, and that's something I appreciate from you. So what I want to say first, because I almost just talked about that second goal. Let's talk about the first goal. We're talking about who's to blame. We're talking about kind of the things that we saw there. Cubes, I feel like you're ready to go right out the gate. I'm going to throw it to you first. I'm going to come around the panel and ask a similar question. Who do you blame for that first goal? Is it a team problem? Or is it just set pieces are a curse?
No, it's not a curse. It's just we suck. So, we were bad. The first goal, nobody was man-marking Koulibaly.
Like at all.
At all. He was just there. He's like...
Son was one of those people, but that is...
I felt like he was telling Emerson to look out for him, and Emerson was telling Son to look out for him. I mean, if you watch the replay back, they kind of both like, hey, there's a guy over there. And they're both like, yeah, there's a guy over there. Remember, there's a guy over there.
Yeah, and Romero was like all like, he was like right there, but then he was just like focused elsewhere. I was like, you know what? You can't blame one person for that. That's just everybody. Why did nobody
breakdown in communication?
Yeah, breakdown. Nobody really. I mean, Koulibaly's so tall too. He's so big.
I think neither of them wanted. Okay, so it sounds to me like neither of them wanted to guard. Like they were both like, "Oh yeah, you got him right," and they were like, "No,
no, you got him right."
How would you expect either of them on their own to be able to man mark huge Koulibaly, who's a defender?
Yeah, the guy's a mountain.
Like, it's not. That doesn't make any sense. Like,
stick them both on him.
Shit, that's not a fair thing. Like, if anybody should be man marking
Eric Dyer,
yeah, it should be Eric Dyer. So, like, the fact that there would be even like they should be the ones to.
We were playing some kind of a zonal defense.
That's a failing of the entire like team in their tactic.
Well, and more than that, coaching. I mean, like, not really a failing of it. I can't explain it. Like, when it comes off, but like. Or not comes off, but when it works against the team, it's great. But a zonal defensive strategy is always the best. But they've clearly been coached to do that.
Honestly,
so, Kieran, I was going to ask you: is it a coaching thing? Is it?
Well, here's my thing: is that us using zonal marking on set pieces is not new, and it's not unique to Conte. We tried doing it under Mourinho as well, and I honestly think these players just aren't capable. I think some of these players that we have just don't seem to understand how to apply the tactic in different situations against different teams, lining up differently for corners and free kicks. Because every team has their attacking tactics and strategies for how to attack corners and free kicks, and it just seems like our players just cannot figure out how to play the zonal marking system, but also how to adapt it and adjust to each different team they come up against. I personally think we should just go man to man. I think it's simpler, literally size for size. Just match up our biggest guys, our defenders, with their biggest guys, and just do it old school.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I think you're right, Kieran. I think that's all we're capable. I mean, like, with our deficiencies. Yeah, no, I'm actually 100% with you. Like, mark your opposite player.
Scott M, is this just a breakdown of coaching or tactics, or is it just we need to man up? You need to size them up, man them up. I mean, what are you thinking?
I mean, I don't like Jose very much, as probably most people know. But when he said, same players, different coach, I mean, these are the same players that have had this problem for years, right? For a lot of them. And this is where I thought Kieran might do it. I didn't want to steal his thunder, because I know he had some issues today with a certain player. But
group chat was fun today, y'all. That was a good time.
When we criticize Eric Dyer, but he's a leader back there. Look how much he leads our back line when he's back there, right?
Oh, no.
And this is you're supposedly a leader, and that's one of your things why we keep you around, because skill-wise, you're not the best, but your leadership is so great, and you're not able to help organize the line. Like, at some point, when does that fall on him being this big leader?
Fair.
The second, I know we're going off the first, but the second goal is all
He's actually like a pretty good defender.
Like, is he?
One-on-one?
He got spawned by literally every attacking player from Chelsea in this game.
So
Kai Havertz pieced him up on the right flank. He was setting him on the outside, and he absolutely embarrassed him.
Oh,
he was spun by Sterling. He was spun by Mount on a couple occasions.
They destroy us every time they play us. Like, and
it's not just about Chelsea though. It's just that Eric Dyer, I just don't think he's a very good 1v1 defender. He's not good at defending balls from the air because he hardly ever gets off the ground. And he's
not a very good 1v1 defender, that's for sure.
And in those 1v1 situations, he seems to always make the right choice. I mean, that was so embarrassing today. Him versus
we got bailed out. We got bailed out so many times. You literally
saw Dyer step in for the tackle, but like Havertz was already gone and like 2 or 3 meters away from him as Dyer's foot lands from him stepping in. Insane. Just levels above. And I just don't think we can take ourselves seriously in terms of competing with Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City if we consider Eric Dyer to be the leader of our defense. he doesn't have it. I wanted to believe in him because I thought he was really good towards the end of last season, but he just can't handle it against the best of the best. He can do very well against the rest of the Premier League week in, week out. But we're about to play in the Champions League, and I'm now terrified for him having to go up against some of the other strikers and wingers in
I
Europe
don't think teams.
that doesn't play every season,
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Not a lot of teams play like that Chelsea team played today. They were good.
They were good. Okay, just credit to. I mean, I hate crediting Chelsea, but like I will say,
Don't do it.
Really well. They
You
did.
don't have to do it.
Koulibaly's a god dang animal.
He was man of the match for me. I think Koulibaly was really good. Wish we had signed him, but whatever.
Before we continue on, and everyone, I love the opinions. I feel like we're a diverse little group of ragtag hoodlums, and I appreciate every single one of you. There's something that we do here on Pop Up with Jacob, where you pop in, pop out. Whether you pop in for a long time, you pop in for a short time. If you come in to this show at all, there's going to be a word and/or words of the night, and tonight's word of the night is geographically savvy. So whenever any questions I ask or you're trying to give, specifically if I ask you a question, I'm looking for you to incorporate this word and/or words into what your opinion is, and I feel like this would just be something that. What's up, Aaron Doob?
Hey, you
Oh,
got
man.
somebody in your back room, dog.
Oh, hold on. No, let me. Okay.
American
Yeah, hold on. No, wait. Don't say anything. All right, everyone, just stop. Hang on. Okay, let me take this down. Hang on. I'm gonna play the intro again, and this is because the one and only has arrived, and I made this just for him.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of the United Spurs of America podcast with your hosts, as always, Michael and Jacob. We're joined today by a few special guests. We got Scott, C-Cubed, Carrion, and Colin from Hotspur Hood in the house. How is everyone doing today? Chelsea 2, the mighty Tottenham Hotspur 2. And folks, Battle of the Bridge Part 2 has commenced, and Antonio Conte is ready for them hands. How we doing today, folks? How we doing?
Man, how are you doing? You came in spitting some fire, some heat. I hope that intro.
I love the intro, by the way. I love
You
it.
do.
I thought that was
Good.
still part of the intro. I thought it was Aaron coming in. So when Michael started talking, I thought that was just the intro, like from one of your
You
regular.
know what? That's a good
going,
idea,
y'all?
Scott. Actually, I need to cut it and put that into the intro. It's just like one of your best intros, and like that was a really
That
good one.
actually was a
Actually,
pretty good one.
that was pretty damn good.
That
I'm
was
pretty
awesome.
frat. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at
so
this.
That was good.
Inthaj says, "What did we just reset?" No,
Yeah, we're in a new universe now, Thaj. It's like
The
Yeah.
universe
Yeah.
was-
you thought you were in Pop Up with Jacob, and now you're in the United States.
You
of
came into
America
the
podcast,
show.
my friend.
That's how I rope
Welcome
you
in.
That's how I rope you into the show.
We'll be coming out with the
Classic
official.
bait and switch. You just catfished us, and that's
I'm
illegal.
sorry.
I think.
I'm
I
sorry.
think
We'll be
that's
coming
illegal.
out. We'll be coming out with our official recap tomorrow night. We'll be recording it at least tomorrow night. But Jesus Christ, boys and ladies, also, what a fucking game! All I have to
What
say,
a bad
first of
fucking
all,
game.
Yeah. Highlight
Ja-
of the game. That was-
Jacob, real quick, if you don't mind giving me the camera real quick, because I just have to. Okay, good. Actually, this is good. Okay, well, okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, this
We
is
can
good. This is good. I'm sorry, Colin and
Hang on. No, what
This
I'm
is
going to
good.
do is I'm going to move Colin here and
There
then
we
put
go.
that
There we go.
there.
All right. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Harry Kane.
He's one of our own.
He's one of our own.
Let's fucking go. What
Also,
a
shout
kid.
out Kuti, man. I'm not gonna give away our man of the match or BD of the match, but
Yeah, we're saving that.
Kuti.
We're trying to save that for tomorrow. We can do some man of the match, but BDE got to save that.
How much
For the recap.
PE in general was there in this match?
Jesus
though?
Christ.
I mean, it was
Jesus Christ.
absolutely
It all came from-
overflowed with BDE.
From the Chelsea team and then from Conte.
No, and then from when Richarlison got subbed in, him and Basuma, they just raised the energy.
Romero.
They did. They did. That's
both of them,
absolutely
I'd
true.
say.
I mean, look, I don't want to give too much away, but I'm just gonna say this: when Richarlison and Basuma came in, like
They came in about 30 minutes too late, but
yeah, it was a shame that they
Well,
didn't come in
Richarlison
earlier,
came in
but
at the
when they came in,
57th
man,
minute. Richarlison came in first, and that was
Yeah.
when the whole mood of the team changed. I mean,
'cause he's
I was
hungry.
texting.
He's got a hunger and like a side to him that I don't think any of our players have. Like,
Well, I just think it was an attitude that was brought from the whole team. Like the demeanor that we were running around out there just completely changed, and we were aggressive. He was pressing very high up, and I thought that was really good because we needed someone doing that. And I was curious, why he seemed to be. It was either him or Bentancur that was kind of up there. I do think the Yves Bissouma and the Ivan Perisic substitution was about 20 minutes too late.
I'm
But
not
you
gonna
know what?
lie.
The timing.
I'm not gonna lie. Perisic wasn't great when he came on, but
The
cross
first
alone
corner
that
was
he
not good,
delivered, no, but like just both crosses really, because the first ball was really good too. But up until that point, man, I was a little disappointed. I don't know about y'all, but I was kind of disappointed with Perisic when he came in. But he's he's rusty.
not
He's coming
fully
back to
fit.
fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not fully fit. So I don't know. I'm just like I was just expecting like what was it, the Coppa Italia Perisic, where he just fucking banged one in extra time. I don't know. I'm just kind of expecting that every time he comes on, and
I feel
obviously
like we
that's
will
not
see
going to
that.
happen.
That's why
We'll see
everybody-
that under the
apologize.
lights in the Champions League.
I apologize to
Exactly,
everyone. I'm going to have to
exactly.
stop everyone where you're in because we have a special pop in. This is the first time pop in for the show, for the channel. This is a big moment. We got the one. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to give him.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Whiskerpedia's in the house.
what's up, big dog? You just took a big drink of that. I saw you. I was watching.
Cheers. Cheers, my
Cheers,
brother.
Cheers, guys.
I would
Can
like
you guys
to
hear
take
me?
credit for Wikipedia.
Yes, we can hear you. Just
Yeah,
a
we
little
hear
laggy.
you.
All right, awesome.
Your video's a little laggy, but we hear you good.
We hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. How's the timing?
Yeah,
I think that
unfortunately,
matters.
I'm in my second apartment. I'm actually not in New York.
That's a baller
Ooh,
statement to make
okay,
too.
All
Like,
right,
that-
we're flex,
that's-
weird flex,
Flex.
but I'm
No,
here for
not
it.
weird at
I'm
all.
here for
That's
it.
a strong flex. Come
Actually,
on.
yeah, no, it's not weird.
That's
I take that
a
back. I'm
strong
sorry.
flex. That's a grown man
Flex.
flex.
It's an appropriate
First time
flex.
on the show,
Yeah.
man. Big ups. Thanks for tuning. You're always tuning in.
Thanks, dude.
You're always drinking with us. You're having a good time with us.
Wikipedia is a living legend on the
What's-
channel. Like,
Constant supporter.
how long have you been a supporter for Wikipedia? It's been a long time, man.
Oh, it's been a long time. Uh-oh.
Well, what do you call that? I work nights, so I'm always. What's that?
Oh no, I was just waiting for you. I think we have a little bit of a lag. I think that's
Oh, my
it.
God. I think I'm the one on the Telegraph ISP tonight.
That's okay. We're all here. We're having a good time. We got a lot of people. Kieran, I think you were about to say something before I was like, no, stop talking, and I got to bring in Wikipedia. Do you remember what it was?
Well, we
I
were
think
talking
I
about
was-
Perisic, and then he was going to say something.
I mean, I was just gonna say, I think you give time. We'll see it under the lights in the Champions League. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see Perisic at his best. He just needs a little time. He'll get there.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely. Have
I
you seen
agree.
how cut that dude is?
Oh yeah.
There's literally like you can't look like that and be bad. There's no way.
Also, like Perisic in the Champions League, he's like, there are certain players
yeah,
that just
no, I
go
get it.
off in the Champions League. He's one of those guys. He is like FIFA Ultimate card.
I was
becomes, like,
hoping
the
that we
top
could have had
version
him in
or
the starting
whatever,
lineup
you
today.
know?
But I feel like he's just like that against big teams when there's a lot on the line, and he didn't
Yeah.
show it today. But I wish he would have started today. I think he maybe could have had a bigger impact. But
I just don't think
Yes,
he would have been fit enough to handle it.
Ruika, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always tuning in, showing your support. You're all over YouTube. I see you all over the place.
Yep.
Same channels I be surfing, you surfing too.
Legend.
Good to see you. They say, it feels like Tuchel set up his team I'm going to call him Tucci. It feels like Tucci set up his team to neutralize our formation by overloading the midfield. Potter did the same thing last season.
Yeah.
How do you think Conte can counter this?
4-3-4.
So it's formational.
New players.
Well, it was
I knew
Scott.
Scott, I wanted to ask you first because I knew you were going to say that.
But it is
Again.
because. Sorry, go ahead, Kieran.
Well, I was just saying, I mean, against Liverpool, that's what Klopp did, too, against us. Same thing Tuchel did today, overload the midfield and press high and aggressively. And that's what Klopp did with Liverpool. We played a 3-5-2, and we were able to mostly handle it, even with Winks in the midfield. You know, so I just think, and we have even better players now to be able to perform a role. So I think, yeah, I mean, just switch to a 3-5-2. You can put Richarlison and Kane, or Kane and Son, or you can put Son, you know, on the left of the three and have him make runs deep like he did with Dele Alli in the 3-5-2 against Liverpool. There's a lot of tactical options out of that formation that could deal with it. I was kind of surprised that he went with the 3-4-3 today.
Well, and then Tuchel even said in his pre-match conference that he was going to play with a 5 at the back, and then he played with a 4, which I thought was pretty big brain Jose Mourinho type moves.
Jacob, I'm gonna answer this and then pop out. I do apologize.
You got a big boy thing to do tomorrow, I understand.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately,
you're a grown man. No need to apologize, my brother. I just appreciate you popping in, even if you got to pop
course.
out. You popped up with Jacob, and that's always a good time for me personally.
Did you use protection?
Never,
never.
Probably gonna want to
Michael,
get.
We've ever heard of that.
Probably gonna want to get
We've ever
it
heard of that.
back in the hospital.
No, but what I wanted to say real quick is, you know, you got to have great wing back play, especially when your midfield is getting overrun, kind of like ours was for the majority of the match. And you saw how ineffective we were for most of the game because our wing backs just didn't really play great. They didn't, did they? Emerson was very ineffective going forward. I thought Sessegnon, yeah, he did have some bright moments. Obviously, he had the chance to score as well, but you need great wing back play, and I wouldn't say that we had great wing back play today, and I think that's why we struggled for the majority of the game until the last 20 minutes or so. If we can get the wing backs going moving forward, man, like if we can get Perisic fully fit and he's able to play 70 plus minutes a game, and we're able to get a tune out of either you know, Doughboy or Emerson or Spence, we're going to be a much more dangerous team. But right now we have a few Achilles tendons. You know, we have a few weak spots that we still need to work on, which obviously includes set pieces and the wing back play more specifically. But to me, you have great wing back play. You can counterattack formations like that where they overload you in the midfield, or they play a 3 or 4 person midfield. You have Bentancur and Højbjerg. They were getting overrun most of the game, and Bentancur looked really out of his element today, in my opinion. He was one of our worst players on the pitch, unfortunately. And you have great wing-back play that they can distribute, dish it out wide. You won't have those struggles, but unfortunately, our wing-backs just didn't live up to the standard today.
Well, my brother, I'm going to say I share a lot of the same things, but you know what? I'm actually going to withhold some information from you because we're going to record tomorrow and or do it live. Who knows? But I appreciate you popping in with us tonight.
I appreciate
it's always
you.
a blessing when you're
And I appreciate our patrons, the 10-inch club, newly crowned 10-inch club, Queen Ellie, Tottenham Till I Die, the official sponsors club, James Joris, Jayco, Mile High Hotspur, Scott. Thank you, Scott, by the way. And Q,
Big up,
thank
Scott.
you, by the way. Ja Dank, Alex Wood. We appreciate all of you. We love all of you. Hopefully you guys are liking the content that we're pumping out every single week, and we're going to give you more for many seasons to come. But just want to give them a shout out. Want to say again hi to Kieran, Scott, Cubed, Colin, and Wikipedia. Thanks for joining Jacob's pop-up tonight. And I will see you guys very soon.
Love you,
Good
bud.
evening, good night,
Love
my
you guys.
friend, my brother.
And come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on 'em.
Come on. Hurricane 9900 says, hello, Jacob. Did I name him right? If you're talking about me, yes, you did. And speaking of yes, you did. Oh, no, you didn't. Mr. Aaron Dub is in the house. What's cracking?
Oh no, here's trouble.
Here's trouble.
What's
Mr.
up?
Aaron Dub. He was
Oh,
ready
my
for...
picture's not up. Oh,
You
sorry
do
about that.
nothing. You do not. Hurricane says, I was going to donate for this channel, but not allowed. Yes, Hurricane 9900, you're correct. Through YouTube, we are unable to accept donations, but as my partner was saying, who just left, Michael, down below, and I also have it pinned in the top of the chat, patreon.com/United Spurs of America. You can become an official Patreon. I think there's 3-4 tiers out right now. We got $3.99, $9.99, which is the 10-inch club. So it's actually, I think it's just 10 even. But if you don't want to do that, you can always hit subscribe. You can always hit like. It's free. You don't have to financially donate. But if you do want to become an official supporter, we've moved everything from Anchor over to Patreon just because it accepts all currencies. So big ups. Thank you for even considering donating to the channel because that goes far, far and above beyond. Big ups, Cubed. Wikipedia. I feel like we've had you in here for a second, and I heard you say something. I just want to get your overall. Were you happy? Were you disappointed? Were you at full time? Let's not think about, because when I think about Conte fighting Tuchel, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what happened on the pitch. That was amazing. I'll pay money to see that. So for you, outside of the Thomas Tuchel and the glued hands together, what was your feelings on the game?
Well, outside of Karen Tuchel, I thought we didn't really play that well, especially on that second goal. I mean, it's like there was nobody watching Reece James. You know, there was nobody close to him. He had a complete open shot right there. You know, they left Lloris completely open, I thought. So, and it seems like our fitness didn't even matter during that game, because I know we're a really fit team. And you know, they completely outplayed us, like technically. You know, like you said, Bentancur is like a headless chicken sometimes. And it's like he was chicken royale that night. Basically, what I thought. Yeah, it wasn't a good game. I mean, what made it a happy ending for me was that scuffle that they had. You know, it's a much better fight than Mourinho and Wenger. You know, when they were doing the slappy thing. Slappy hands.
Patty cake.
Man, I really thought one of them might hit each other today. Like I thought, someone might swing at any moment here.
Yeah, but you know, and people keep saying we didn't. Well, not people keep saying. I saw a few comments on Twitter. It's like, oh, we didn't earn the draw, but we'll take it. It's like we didn't play that well, but we earned that draw.
You know, and that's an interesting point. That you say
we got the second goal.
Yeah, and that's the main takeaway, because most of this game, I thought Kane was largely invisible. I thought that he was leaving a lot to be desired for pretty much 92 minutes of this match. So it's hard whenever we say like, that's true. Hey, we got the draw. So to me, all's well that ends well. We walked out of there with a point, which is more than we walked in there with.
We walked out of there with Cucurella's hair.
Hold on, you're right. We did walk out of there with a. Hold on, I'm gonna move Scotty's beautiful face over here.
I mean, that is Gwen part 2 right there.
Come on.
He had a thing with Cucurella last time too.
Well, Cucurella stepped on his knee, and it looked like on purpose to me. I'm not trying to start no drama. I'm just saying.
He liked it. Did you see that he liked that post?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
He either liked or retweeted.
No, I didn't see that.
About someone saying that this was just the referee being fair, like not calling him pulling, Cucurella down was like
for not calling that.
Not calling that foul. Yeah, and Romero himself.
And honestly, for all the moaning about the referee, especially from the Chelsea side, I think there were missed calls, but every time the referee missed a call, he kind of let another call slide for the other team.
Right,
and that went multiple times. But to be fair, that Bentancur tackle on Havertz, he got the ball.
Clean.
He won the if you look at the
slow
motion,
he got the ball. He tackled hard, but he got the ball.
Yeah,
also, I think the referee knew this was going to be a rough
before
game,
ever making contact with Havertz. So,
So I'll put this up. I felt like we were talking about, it is. I follow Antonio Conte very heavily on Instagram. Which actually, this is a good time to say, I created yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, an official Instagram for the pod.
Are you like on crack?
Oh man, definitely, totally. You know me.
Wait, did he really post that, or is that his daughter?
No, he posted this and said, "Lucky I didn't see you making your trip. Making you trip over would have been well deserved." And then below it, he said it in Italian, so he making sure everyone heard what he said.
Wow.
But then he deleted it, right?
Like,
But then he posted it again. He deleted it.
Did he?
And then slightly reworded it and then posted it again. It was only up. The original was up for like 50 seconds, and the English wasn't quite as good, but it's still there.
It's still there.
Why didn't he say
Perfect. Right out he wrote it.
It's still there.
He took it off for a while.
God, he's such
Oh yeah,
a
he's looking
Wow.
around.
legend.
He could have easily just stuck one out and just.
Bro, when I saw this, I can't begin to tell you the level of hate that was boiling inside my blood. And I'm telling y'all, because I trust every single one of y'all on this panel right now with my feelings, and I'm going to tell you this very candidly. I really wanted to kick the shit out of them little Bambi legs that man got, that he was prancing up and down that side. Boy, I was watching UFC last night. I was watching all these people get kicked in their legs, and I was like, man, he makes me so mad. And then the fact that he thinks he can hold my man's hand for that long. You think you can hold my man's hand that long and he ain't gonna do nothing about it? I got so mad. So
Dude, what about, hey, skip that real quick. What about their first confrontation after our first goal to tie it up? That was pretty sweet in and of itself.
Yeah.
Conte,
Oh, yeah, I
think we missed something else.
And Conte kind of started that. Like he
No,
ran over
I think
and
we missed something
celebrated
else that
again.
they told each other before.
No, he
know?
didn't start it because what happened was Tuchel got really like pissed and he like went and like yelled at him, and then Conte went over there.
Oh, okay.
Their side.
See,
Yeah,
on my feed, I only saw from when
no,
Conte
you
ran
saw
over.
you saw the later part when like Conte
Okay.
ran over there.
I think y'all forgot the rule. I haven't heard not one of y'all say anything geographically savvy.
Well, you know, Conte was very geographically savvy and went over to the Chelsea bench.
Very nice.
Our Spurs team were
after
not
Tuchel
very
was
geographically savvy
yelled
when it came
at
to
him.
their zonal defense.
Yeah.
Okay. Kieran?
I don't know what it is about German managers, but Klopp and Tuchel I find are the most annoying managers in the Premier League. They both piss me off so much.
Even more
both-
than like that one guy. They make me embarrassed to be German.
Yeah. Listen. I have nothing against Germany. I think Germany's cool. You know, German people. But like,
I love me some bratwurst.
So I mean, it doesn't make me.
Yeah, I
so
love some
don't
German
sound,
wine.
I don't sound very savvy.
And they love
geographically
Americans.
Savvy when I say this, but I guess, the German managers
well,
be pissing me off.
That was good. That was good. That was the best out of all.
Well,
of us.
Germany is definitely the place with the most, the geographical area of the world where the most Karen managers are.
Yeah, Karen.
That's it.
Exactly.
there's
Karen
two of them
Klopp,
that come
Karen
to mind.
Tuchel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
my God.
There you go. You know, Karen Nagelsmann
Yeah.
trying to steal Harry Kane. That's
What a joke
There
of a
you
man. Scott M. What's your observations of the game?
Well, I
while
guess I'll
using-
say that Bentancur was very geographically savvy when he fouled Havertz before our goal, but
Yeah, he was. That was awesome.
So he was or he wasn't geographically savvy though.
He
he got away with it. When I
no,
was
that
Scott,
time
that wasn't. Oh, did you say fouled? I thought you said found. No, that was no foul. That was
he
He
fouled.
It was not foul.
If that
That
was a
was
Spurs
clean.
player and they didn't call it, YouTube would be screaming about it.
Have you
all
seen
day
the
today.
replay? The replay showed that
Yeah.
his foot made contact with the ball before the player. I mean,
and
it's
there
a
was no
weird
follow.
type
And there was no
of
follow
tackle.
through. That was just like.
But he
fault.
called it when
went
he
straight
heard all
to ground.
that.
even if
He called it when
Even
he heard
if
them all
studs
crying.
away
No,
from
I've
the
seen
other
the
player.
replay. I know nobody's going to agree because
It's anti-Spurs.
saying.
Yeah, it's anti-good stuff about Tottenham. So yeah, Scott, what you got
I
for
agree
us?
with you, Scott. I feel like he won the ball, so it's kind of like you can say it's not a foul, but at the same time, you could also give it as a foul as well.
Yeah, it could go either way.
I don't think
I
it's
would-
an
I wouldn't
egregious
be
call,
surprised.
and I don't think they should
Like,
call the goal
makes
back. But I
sense
think
to
we.
call that as a foul. But you know what? It's really not that big of a deal. It's not like he was injured.
It was an awesome tackle. I feel like you shouldn't call the foul just because of how nice it was.
You're allowed to hook your foot around. You're allowed to hook your foot around.
His ability to get around him like that and win the ball was like that was a really nice.
Jan Vertonghen used to do tackles almost exactly like
that.
Yeah,
exactly. Like it was a Vertonghen tackle. There
were.
Just that wraparound.
Yeah, like you have no idea
the wraparound.
They somehow just put their leg and turn.
That reminds me of Gascoigne's tackle in the World Cup where he got a yellow and he got banned.
You're not allowed to tackle from behind. That's back in the day. You were allowed to tackle from behind, right?
That's what she said.
I mean, it's one thing if you go that's what through the player, but he went around and he won the ball.
It kind of looked like he was coming. It was from an angle. It wasn't directly behind.
It was. Look, mate. We were lucky to get away with that.
It was a little behind and to the side, but
if I'm honest, it was 100% clean. Ain't no fault in anything we do. The foul, technically, Cucurella's hair was impeding the personal space of Romero's hand. What else are you gonna do but grab a big fur ball if it's impeding you? I mean, come on.
You could say
Cucurella's hair is geographically unsavvy, mate. I mean, anyone that has a hair.
I love his hair, bro. I can't lie. I enjoy them curly things flinging
like
around.
Little Bobby K about a year ago.
Come on, you don't enjoy them things flinging around?
I will be honest. I am biased on this type of stuff, especially because before I started watching Premier League, I watched MLS and the US in CONCACAF. So my interpretation of what is a foul is probably pretty,
same.
Pretty
I played
compared
here.
to most Europeans, you know.
I would probably say
exactly. Every time you go to Honduras in San Pedro Sula, dude.
So what I would
mean, the field is fouling you.
The Cucurella hair foul, pull, whatever. I mean, I guess you could just also think of it as like Cucurella's mane is just so beautiful and so enticing that Romero could not resist. And Romero, that's how he does foreplay. We all know that he likes it a little bit rough, right?
Right.
So,
yeah. Of course.
It's a little rough right here.
So he was just foreplay for him with Cucurella.
And like.
Honestly, no.
You go up, you pull back at people, and he got his hair. That's where his hair's where his shoulders were.
But that was honestly for me. That was like almost as bad as Luis Suarez biting everybody, like four different players.
Oh, come on, Aaron.
No, I said almost as bad. I've never seen anybody grab someone by the hair.
Bobby K. Hey, Bobby K.
Aaron, did you not watch the Madrid game versus Man City? Because somebody, whoever, Slavic or something at Atletico Madrid, he grabbed Grealish's hair.
Hey, Bobby K.
In the Man City game.
Speaking of Man City, actually I have no segue into Man City talk. I did want to talk about this though. Well, first, Bobby K says my ears were burning. LOL. How did I miss a notification for the start? Maybe you didn't dingle the bell, or is that the right way to say it? Dingle.
I don't know.
Dingle.
That sounds a little actually not cool.
There's a town in Ireland called Dingle, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they grow berries there?
No, it's one of the most beautiful towns in Ireland. It's called Dingle.
But I'm saying, do they grow like berries that they can sell, like raspberries, blueberries?
They have a dolphin. I think that's their main attraction.
But if you think about it, I would grow berries there.
Have a dolphin. Where do they get it? Where do they keep it?
You gotta grow berries there. Move there, grow berries, and then you can call it Dingleberries.
It's like the most remote part of Ireland, but for some reason, Americans are always going there. They love going to Dingle.
Where do they get this dolphin, and where do they keep it?
Fungi, we don't know. I think we haven't seen him for a couple of years, so rest in peace if he's with Bobby Styles.
He was just like in the water, or someone.
It was just this random dolphin that used to hang out there, and
cool,
yeah,
dude. He sounds awesome. Was it cool to like have a beer with and stuff?
Mate, if you go to Dingle, you get a hell of a lot of beers. Don't worry about that. But
I just want to drink with the dolphin.
If you ever come to Ireland, go to Dingle. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not as interested in the dolphin as I am interested in the berry cultivation farming.
You're not interested in an Irish dolphin.
I mean, that is kind of cool. The way you just said that, actually,
so racist.
Wait a minute, that actually sounds kind of cool. An Irish dolphin? Like,
Right? How many dolphins? That's the first one I've ever heard of being in Ireland. If I'm
Scott, what does an Irish dolphin sound like?
Don't ask me. Don't we have? Isn't that why we have Aaron here?
That was beautiful.
Wikipedia,
like
can I hear your Irish dolphin impression?
You want an Asian guy to do an Irish impression of a dolphin.
Yeah, of a dolphin.
I haven't had enough whiskey.
Okay.
Hold that. You know what I mean? I
All
don't
right,
like
all right,
What are you drinking tonight, brother?
We'll bring that out later on then. We'll bring that out. Does anyone have an Irish dolphin accent for me
no,
before
never
we
mind.
move on?
It's called Ela 12.
Oh, is it? It's pretty good stuff.
Yes, it's from Islay. It's a really smoky peated whiskey. So
Nice, man.
it
So what's
yeah.
that?
I'm trying to go hair on
An
my
Irish
chest. It's
whiskey?
impossible, naturally.
Did you say? Sorry, did you say an Irish whiskey?
No,
I think
called
he's in
Ela.
Iowa.
Oh, I don't drink whiskies. I don't know anything about or spirits. I don't drink any of that.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
prefer.
this is the man who
The
knows all
only
about.
Irish whiskey I really like is Redbreast.
Who?
Redbreast, yeah.
Yeah, Redbreast.
Never heard of it. You know where the word whiskey
Redbreast?
comes from, though.
Whiskey Vija.
Ishkaviha, well done. Yeah, the water of life, mate. Irish or
The
Gaelic,
water
should
of
I
life,
say?
yeah.
Yeah, right. You
That's
know,
why
That
the Japanese pronounce
whiskey
it.
does sound geographically savvy, so
It
I
does.
appreciate you
Oh,
guys just really tying everything together for me.
Couldn't
Um,
do it.
There's something I want to talk about real quick before we get back to the game, because after full time, I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, right? But that's just what we do
Like
here
a
on Pop Up
Spider-Man.
with Jacob. Yeah, it's a boop, boop, boop. Yeah, there you go, boop, boop, you know. So,
You put a geography in there.
beep, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, you already know. This was something that after full time, I saw a picture of him smiling, and it just made me smile because it was like Thomas Tuchel and Conte just nearly came to blows. I was getting real moistened up at the idea of them fighting. So this is something the Lo Celso to Villarreal was like pretty much official as soon as the game was over and after the dust up. Then
Can I say something?
of course.
The only reason it's not official is it's Sunday. And you know how Spanish countries are. You're not going to be working on the Sunday.
Well, he was like looked like he was taking a picture and he was signing the papers, so I think it's all official. Speaking of thinking it's all official, we have a special person in the background. Their microphone's muted, their picture's not there, so I don't know if you're ready. So I'll wait for you to hit me in the private
Fine.
chat. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh
Oh
my God.
Hold on, this is something I'm just adapting from Colin's Late Night Chill. It's something where you play a little something and then you just like blast them. So I'm going to do that real quick. We got Josh in the house.
Don't put me on main screen like that. Do not put me on big screen
That
like
is
that.
my move. You can borrow it. You can
That's
borrow
Colin's
Josh,
move.
mate,
That's Colin's
good to
move.
see you.
it. I appreciate the shout
Good to
out.
see you,
Long
Josh.
time no
How we doing,
see.
gentlemen?
Fantastic,
Doing
man.
good.
Fantastic.
Doing good.
Happy you're
Oh,
here,
I saw you
man.
in
First
the pool
pop up
earlier,
with
bro.
first pop up with us. So I appreciate you popping in. We got the family man Josh with Speaking Spurs in the house. Man,
So
big
he's talking
ups.
to family right now, family man, Josh.
Hey, you got to get life sorted before you can talk about things that make you happy.
Oh my God.
So
The way you said that was really funny. But
Josh, I want to ask you just first off, I've been asking everyone the real simple, easy entry question. So I'll make it real easy for you, buddy. How'd you feel at the end? Take away the Conte Tuchel moisture fest. Let's take that out of the picture.
No,
Let's just what? You don't want the moisture fest, Colin?
no, you keep that in there.
Oh, so okay. No, wait. I'm saying take the moisture.
It's integral.
Well, I'm saying to take it out for like I just want to know his opinions on what was on the pitch, not necessarily what was the belly to belly wet rubbing. You know what I mean? I need to know.
Oh my God.
Did you were you happy or excited when full time whistle blew, or upset or disappointed?
I'll be honest. I was over the moon because I think we got a lot more out of that than what we deserved.
Yep.
Yep.
after the first half, we looked so lackluster and so like flat that I didn't think we were going to get a result out of this. I said to you, surprise, surprise, conceding a goal by a set piece.
Yeah, you did.
Nothing at Spurs has fucking changed. Like nothing has changed. You've brought in Perisic, you've brought in Jed Spence. What else have you done in that defence? Absolutely diddly squat. What you need to do is you need to make a marquee centre-back signing, bring him into the squad.
Cool ball. Would have been awesome.
You get that marquee centre-back signing. You get that defence working properly. There's no more issues going forward. Yeah, we do work well going forward. Today, not so much. You need to start asking questions though. When our wing-backs are the ones going forward. What about Son? What about Kane? Our wing-backs are up there in the box before Harry Kane and Sonny are. Like, you need to start asking questions. Is this part of the Conte system? Or is this just a case of our attackers don't want to be in the box? We need to bounce on that counter-attack. We need to get that marquee signing. We need to play the counter-attacking football that we're known for, and we need to start getting fucking results. Today was an easy game, providing that we played that way.
I appreciate that. That was I expected Colin to actually say something right there at the end. That's why I hesitated. I think it's interesting, not so much interesting, but more disappointing, and just how locked down Kulusevski and Sonny were, and Kane were really for most of the. 90-some minutes he was locked down. So. I'll log in. No picture on me looks weird. What does that mean?
His camera. He wants his camera to like engage.
Oh, is he? Oh, so he's putting on getting a little foundation, getting a little something. I like it. Big up Goguma in the chat. Josh, first, I appreciate you saying all that. A lot of people were angry. Kieran, I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm not going to tell you to say what you said, but. We had a little disagreement during the game about a certain.
You might not put him on the spot, but I'm going to put him on the spot. Fucking say it. Say what you said. I want to know.
I did too, actually, Kieran. I just got way too close to the camera.
You're going to have to jog my memory. I said a lot of things.
It was, yeah, you're right. It was just during the, it was right before halftime when you were telling me who needs to get subbed and who needs to come on, which I didn't disagree with a lot of those subs. But
I said Son should come on.
I did also. I said it like 100 times on the watch along I was on.
And when you said that, this is all I could think of.
That wasn't doing anything on us.
Son is my absolute favorite footballer on the planet. I love Son.
Yeah,
but
too.
honestly, he wasn't doing anything for us.
And then when you set the bar as high for yourself as you do, and when you set the bar for yourself as high as he does, it's impossible.
He needs to come off. Richarlison's hungry. He needs to come on. He'll press. He'll work hard. Which is not what Son was doing. Son was not pressing. He wasn't tracking back well. He wasn't putting in goals. He was mishandling passes. He was making poor passes. I love Son. Son is my favorite player, but he was not on it at all today. And I just thought that Richarlison would bring everything we needed in that game, which was aggression and pressing. And when Richarlison came on for Son, that's exactly what happened in each entire game for us.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Here's my thing real quick. I need to say this real quick. And I told myself I was going to wait for this little rant. But this is something I got to say because Bobby K, I respect you a lot. Kieran, I respect you a lot. I respect everybody a lot, really, and quite frankly. Here's my thing. Everyone was getting so down and mad about Sonny because of this, that, and the other. Where's the hate for Kane? Where's the hate for Kulusevski? Or is it just okay for them to do it, but not for Sonny because we have these high expectations for him? Now, when you're playing a top team, you don't take your top players out of the match, especially not at halftime, 20 minutes in. You don't do that. You don't do that, especially if you're trying to be successful. I don't care. You think Michael Jordan, if he misses 5-10 shots, then he gets set on the bench? No, you do that, you don't win anything.
Dude, after that first half, I don't care who you bring on. You're not getting a result out of that. You are not walking away with 3 points after that first half performance. You've got 5 subs, and I can think of at least 7 players on that first starting 11 that could have come off at halftime. You are not going to get a result out of that. That performance today, that first half performance, was fucking dreadful. I don't know who's at fault for the goal. A lot of people are going to blame Emerson Royal. But what is Emerson Royal, who is a right wing back, doing on the left side? On the left side of the defence.
Is this a wind up, Bobby K, or is people feel this way truly?
I don't
believe
I'm blaming Sonny for both of the goals.
Bobby.
Cubes. I'm sorry, Cubes. I ain't heard you in a minute. I just want to hear Cubes real quick. I ain't heard Cubes in a minute.
I was gonna say that it's real. People are blaming Son for both goals right now. My thing is this, okay? I know that Son had a bad game. I was actually saying it. Like some of you guys
did say Cubes, and that hurt my feelings too. Y'all were hurting my feelings.
A really bad game, and I am the biggest Son supporter, and I felt like he was having a really bad game. That being said, I agree with what you're saying about like Kane was invisible, Decky was invisible. They were losing the ball. They were having issues. Why is necessarily we pinpoint Son? I will say this. I do think that Son and those goals, both of those goals, the first goal, okay, nobody was man marking Koulibaly. And they're claiming that it's Son's fault because him and Emerson were around Koulibaly and kind of like pointing in that direction. But the question is whether or not Koulibaly, who's huge, by the way, why is somebody in general, why is it Son? Why is somebody in general not man-marking Koulibaly? Why would you assume, okay, Son should be man-marking Koulibaly, even though he's a freaking tree and he's a defender and you're trying to get a forward who's much smaller than him to mark him? Like, why would it be Son's fault for that? And then the second goal is that Decky got bumbled off the ball, which I don't totally fault him for. It was like 2-on-1, okay? But he lost the ball. He got bumbled off the ball, and nobody was in the box. None of our defenders were in the box. And then that's how they got over to the box. And Sonny was faster than Davies. He ran faster than him. So he got to the box faster than Davies. And then but still couldn't get there in time to be in front of Reece James in order to even attempt to block.
I think the pass to Decky a pass from Sonny though?
If you're going to fault Kane, or if you're going to fault Son for the second goal because he didn't defend or whatever it is, even though that wasn't necessarily, like, I wouldn't say that that's his job or what he was supposed to even be doing. If that was the case and you don't blame Decky for losing the ball that resulted in the goal, then why is it that everybody was blaming Son last week for the James Ward-Prowse goal where they are claiming he lost the ball that resulted in the goal?
But not everyone. It's a small amount of people.
You're basically blaming him for the things that you're not blaming other people for, even though absolutely Son had a bad game. And by the way, the reason why Son is undroppable, or why Conte actually has a really hard time dropping Son, is because, and people that criticize him will even admit this, even when Son is playing badly, he can make something out of nothing. He can make magic happen out of nowhere. A lot of people have seen it happen. He can have a really bad first half and then suddenly turn around and make something happen out of nowhere. And not very many people can do that. Almost nobody can do that. A case in point is that he got the ball, started running straight through. Reece James brought him down. And there's not a situation where you can say, oh, everybody can do that. They can grab the ball, just run straight through at the goal. Reece James had to foul him. He had to drag him down because they couldn't get him. They couldn't risk him just getting to the box like that. And so I'm saying that, like, Son had one game where they're saying that you're like so bad. It was like one of the worst games he ever played, even though he got an assist on Dyer's goal last game and was better than Kane. But fine, he didn't have a good game. Then this game, he had a really bad game, which I totally admit. But also, other people had not good games as well. And you have two games, and you're like, well, we want to drop the Golden Boot from last season, and we want to drop him ahead of all these other people, and we don't want to drop Kane even because, oh, he got that last minute goal. Well, he did get that last minute goal at like the 94th minute. So if you had dropped Kane before that 94th minute, he would have never gotten that 94th minute goal. So that's my like rant about like all of that. I mean, like, I totally agree. Son played bad, but like the whole, like, I do think that there is like a legit bias against Son where everything he does is like magnified in like a negative way. And then when he does something that's like good, it's just like, oh, okay, unless he scores a goal. And then even for like, for example, if you're going to give him some shit for whatever, any goals that like were scored against us, then what about the goal that Højbjerg shot? The Højbjerg goal that was scored, he won the ball off of the Chelsea player and passed it to Ben, and Ben very easily passed it directly to Højbjerg. So he won the ball that had that goal happen, and nobody gives him credit for that. And then in the other like live stream I was in, somebody was trying to be like, well, that's because the Chelsea player messed up. And I was like, okay, so you're not crediting him with when he does something that's good that leads to a goal, but you're giving him all of the blame when something happens that leads to a goal for the other side.
I'm sorry, but like, as much as I agree with you, there's not one player on that pitch today that deserves praise.
I agree. That's what I said.
We got a point. We got a point today. We could have very, very easily gone in there and got 3 points. I know Chelsea fans. I work with a Chelsea fan who is a season ticket holder, and he swears blind that, you know, Chelsea are a better team than Tottenham. However, when I was at work yesterday, he admitted to me that he personally believed that Tottenham were a stronger team than Chelsea as it stands right now. Them going forward, they have no attacking threat. At the back, they're solid. Going forward, they have no threat. And I think that was proven today when 2 centre-halves scored. Reece James and Koulibaly.
Did we already move on? I'm sorry, Aaron. Did we already move on beyond the Sonny at fault for the first goal thing? Because I was going to talk about that goal just for a second. Big up Bobby K.
I was getting to that, man. I was getting to that. Like,
oh, my bad.
You can people can sit here and blame Sonny. People can sit here and blame Harry Kane. But what Bentancur, dreadful today, in my opinion. Højbjerg, bang average game. Kulusevski, absent. Our defence, absent. It wasn't until you start making these substitutions, bringing on Perisic, bringing on Richarlison, bringing on Basuma, that we actually started to pick up a little bit. If what it's going to take is for those 3 players to be on the field for us to then play up, fucking start them in a game like Chelsea. Start them. And if it all goes sits up, then bring Son and that on.
But even after we brought them on, they still scored their second goal, and Havertz still had that other chance that he should have put in. Like, we were bad after they came on.
The difference
was bad in the game. He was bad.
The difference being is that we scored 2 goals. We had attacking threat. The first half we didn't. Not a sausage.
Well, no, we scored the first goal before the substitutes came on. Just to be clear, we scored that first goal before the subs came on.
Speaking of scoring, we just scored real large here on the channel because he's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. It's the one and only Eugene from Spurs Suasion. I hope I said that right.
Hey, Eugene.
Hi,
how you doing, my fellow hoodlum?
Making a debut on United Spurs of America. Yeah.
Is this true? Is this true? We've streamed so many times together that I just sometimes, I guess, maybe lose track where it's at. But I'm happy you're here. You know what? This little banner trying to promote my... I'm taking that off just so I can see more of your face, my friend.
You do have
How you doing? Face, your smile makes me smile. I want you to know that. So I hope your day's off to a good start.
I actually feel insulted on behalf of Eugene that he didn't get the same entrance as I did.
That's okay. Jacob just got a bit excited, right? Yeah. Hi guys. Big up.
Say hi to everyone.
That face.
Tell everyone where to find you first before we get to hear your beautiful opinions.
Or you can find me on Spurs Vision TV. Most probably I'll be doing a show this Wednesday around 2:30 BST with fans from other clubs. And usually I always overbook. That's my problem. So let's see how
That's
that
a good
goes
problem to
this
have,
time.
though, right? At least you're not underbooking.
Always overbooking, right? But sometimes a bit sad. The last show I did, I was surrounded by fans from other clubs. I was the only Spurs guy in the middle there. So it was
you did a watch along, didn't you?
and I did
Chelsea
a watch along. I did Chelsea.
Was it one of your crazy like all day thingamajiggers?
No, I didn't do it on my channel. Because I had work yesterday, so I hopped on to a Chelsea's fan channel, Coach Corner or something. It's a young boy, right? So it was quite fun watching him being happy and then sad and then being happy again and then sad again. And in the day, yeah, it is what it is. We played like shit yesterday, right? We were dominated like the bitch.
For me, it's still today. We still pulled it out at the end in time to make dreams happen. You never know. This one point may be so crucial because for me, we did not deserve a point at all. I'm not trying to big up anybody that doesn't deserve the big up. Josh, I know you were kind of touching on it earlier that no one deserves praise for this performance. There is someone I will praise, and he's been getting a lot of flack as well. And it's not Sonny, because I do want to talk about the Sonny thing later, but we only have Eugene for a short amount of time. I want to know, why does Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, yes, he was ass in the first half, as was Bentancur, as was Sessegnon while he was out there at all, as was Emerson. I thought that our wingbacks were our two worst players. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg actually gets the goal that ties it up and reinstills in the game that, hey, we might have a chance. I think we lost Wikipedia. Big up Wikipedia.
Much love, homie.
Much love. But I'm really, Richarlison came in the game, and I felt like he changed the attitude of the team, the entire demeanor of the team, and the way we were playing at that time. Because Bentancur seemed to be the only one that was really pressing high up, and then Richarlison came in and he was doing that. So he hits the goal, yet he don't get the love. I'm trying to understand.
All right, guys, this is a very simple thing, right? We played the same team that we had last season against them. They bullied us. They pressed us. I mean, we were like, I don't know what to say. Let's say we were dominated like a bitch, right? It was some kind of like an SMN spanking fest yesterday we had, right? They were spanking us left, right, center. But we were lucky. We stayed in the game. We only conceded one goal, right? And they should have been 3 up by halftime. That was, of course, Werner can't score an open goal and all that shit, right? But in the end of the day, I'll take this as a result where I see, right, the weaknesses of our team. It's so obvious. Until we brought on, of course, Højbjerg scored that goal, and of course there was contentious, Bentancur foul on Havertz and the blah blah blah. But the referee was there. He pointed to the ball. And the Chelsea players just switched off. So we took advantage of that. Kudos on us. But overall, it was still shit for us. The performance wasn't there. This is what I think will be a lesson for Conte and to the club, right? The owners to see that if we really want to push on to the next level, we do need more players. We do really need more players. See that? Where was our defense? All of us were punched onto the bloody left. All of us were on the right side of the field, and we left Reece James open, right? And come on, we know once we drop into a 4-4-2, right? Ben Davies becomes the Ben Davies of old. Eric Dyer becomes the Eric Dyer of old. That's when I think Conte switched on after we conceded that goal. He said, "Oh shit, I can't play this formation. I have to go back to the 3-4-3." That's when he brought on Perisic and I think Lucas. No, he brought on Perisic, Lucas, and Richarlison. That's how he readjusted back again. And that's when we started to push again, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, getting that last-minute goal on at the last minute, that was more or less what you call, right, the icing on the cake. Because, like I said, I was on the Chelsea stream yesterday doing a watch-along with a Chelsea guy, right? When they went 1-0 up, he was like jumping up and down, yeah, right? And I just kept quiet, right? And then when we equalized, of course, I said, okay, look, see, right? Then when they went to 1 up, of course he was jumping up and down again. But of course, when we scored in the 96th minute, this is one thing we haven't done in a long, long time, right? Ever since Conte has come in, right, he's pushed that into our players, right, to have that mentality, right, to go there and not give up. All right, not give up. That was the main point, right? Yesterday we didn't give up, even though we were the bitch, right? We still tried to smack back, and at least
thank you, Eugene, because that's exactly what I think. Because you know what, we weren't good, we weren't doing our thing, we were getting bent over the entire match, statistically in whatever way you want to say. But at the end of it, we still turned around and spanked them back. So, I mean, it's hard for me to be too upset. It's hard for me to be too upset though, because like when I look at what happened last season, it was very much the opposite. Colin, I'm gonna ask you this: why does Pierre-Emile Højbjerg get the hate, man? He got the goal. Josh, I know. I'm saving you because you're gonna, whatever anyone says, you're gonna throw a grenade in it, and I know, and I'm saving you for the the big reveal.
To be like the heavy at the end.
The heavy smack on the why Pierre-Emile Højbjerg's hated.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty one-dimensional as a player, right? Like,
all right, here we go.
He doesn't offer. I don't know his stats. It's weird. If you look at his underlying stats, it looks like he's a pretty progressive player. It looks like he's really involved in the game. But then whenever you watch, you just don't see it. And maybe it's an eye test thing that is literally not true. But whenever you watch him play, it just looks like he takes a really heavy first touch all the time. That sometimes leads in him losing possession. He's a little ponderous on the ball. I've seen he does this little pirouette thing. Scotty Parker used to be all about that little move, but it doesn't. A little 360. It doesn't. I don't know. He just gets dispossessed a lot for the position that he plays. His passing doesn't look like it's like on point. I know he makes really good long passes sometimes. I don't know. There's just something about watching that you're just like, he doesn't feel good enough. But then again, his numbers suggest that he is. So.
I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 when it comes to like the whole eye test and stat test, because stats do tell a story. I don't always feel like they tell the whole story, but I also live by the motto: numbers don't lie. Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't lie. That's a famous rap song by the great Wheezy, Lil Wayne.
Neither does Goguma.
Goguma does not lie. You're right. Goguma don't lie. Goguma's like numbers. She don't lie. Cubes, do you have a reason why Højbjerg gets the hate? Do we got Cubes? Okay, Wikipedia, I'm looking at you. You look ready to tell me why Højbjerg gets the hate.
I don't really have a lot of reasons why. So, I think Højbjerg sometimes reminds me of an old-fashioned American player. Really athletic, but missing some technical skills. You know, like this is how US used to play. You know, like 10 years ago. Like we can outrun everybody, we can muscle everybody, but it's just missing a lot of technical skills because they didn't really pick that up until they're 18. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes, but I don't know. I don't really give Højbjerg a lot of stick, because if Højbjerg is being looked at because we had a bad game, everybody's had a bad game.
Word. That's a good point.
Speaking of good points, a very good man who I'm just glad that he stayed up and listened to his chat for a little bit. He popped in, popped out with Jacob. My friend Aaron Toop. You ain't do nothing, but you do everything to me. I know you got to go. So is there anything you want to say before? Do you want to tell me why Højbjerg's hated and then dip out?
Okay.
Whoa, sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry about that. That was unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. We're actually gonna deduct your payroll 15%.
That's fair. Just don't fire me, boss.
We can't. Hey, you can't fire the
You're
pop.
gonna watch Sex in the City on your own time.
Aaron, sorry. Go ahead.
I just hope you didn't invent a new nickname when you said bent over for Bentoncourt, mate. Yeah, because that's what he was today. All right, bent over. But in regards to Højbjerg, like I love the guy. I think the guy's played so many games in the last 2 years, and he has not had a break. I like Benton or sorry Højbjerg. I know he's not the most technically gifted player in the world, but he brings that kind of intimidation to the other players. I think that Roy Keane needs to bring. Just that, get your ass together, get your shit together. Obviously not as good as Roy Keane, but I like players like that. I'm old-fashioned. I'm 48. I like him. Hugo Lloris is our captain. I mean, I don't want the captain in nets. I want a man in the middle. That's gonna boss the other lads. So yeah, lads, I really have to go. I'm really half asleep here.
Big up. Thank you for tuning in, buddy.
Josh, good to see you back, mate. I hope all's good with you and the family.
All right, all good over here, buddy.
Oh, nice. See you guys.
Cheers, mate.
Yep. All right. See you soon.
Kieran, you're my second to last because I feel like you're gonna spit some shit and you're gonna tell us why Højbjerg's hated, and I'm gonna go. Well, my wife and I, there's a phrase, and I'm gonna share it with the world and you specifically, and all you little beautiful people on my TV. There's a phrase that we use because it was my son's. Technically, it was his first word he ever uttered. I guess it was more of a sound. I like that word, uttered. Actually, that's the word of the day. I'm changing the fucking word of the day right now, y'all. We're going to uttered. That's going to be the new word of the day.
That's 3 words of the day. We're up to 3 now.
Uttered. There we go. So, the first word he uttered was "gee." And my wife and I, when we text it to each other, we spell it G-E-E. And so we usually we'll say it to each other playfully, like, "Oh, you're just geeing about it being too hot outside," or you're geeing about the milk being too warm, or whatever, But that's the way that we kind of use it because his first word, I think we gave him a bath or something. He was cold and he was like gee. So we've just kind of ran with that word ever since, and I've loved it. So.
Word of the night.
What was that?
Word of the night. Gee.
Gee. Well, you can gee all you want on this. You can gee all you want on this channel. But Kieran, what are you going to say about Højbjerg that's going to make me gee?
I don't know. I've been critical of Højbjerg at times. I've praised him at times. I feel like there's a lot of people who are on the far extremes when it comes to. A lot of people have uttered a bunch of nonsense about Højbjerg, both in the far positive and the far negative direction. I think if you look at him statistically, he's a very solid midfielder. He is.
Would you fight him?
No, I would not fight him. He's a tough son of a bitch. I mean, he played a ridiculous amount of games last season without serious injury. He's
younger than me, but looks like he could be my dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Son's younger than me, but he's my dad for sure. He's my father. I don't care if he stunk it up today. He's my puppy.
He's like a Rambo type character. The guy's just a badass. I will say though, there are limits to his ability. He's not a very creative passer. Although I'm pretty sure he did have, probably like 3 or top 4 for like penetrative passes into the box and
he
stuff.
makes some sick through balls that are real tight angles on them.
Yeah,
I like tight angles.
But sometimes he'll also just give the ball away really, really poorly. Just
and try to spin around kind of, and then just get bullied off of it from.
Yeah, I mean he's not that great on the ball, but he can do some things sometimes. But as a defender, he's a hard tackler. He presses well. He has endless hustle, endless stamina. The guy's a total workworkhorse, and I agree with everything I think he's a 7 or 10 in most games, and really solid Premier League player, honestly. But he's not magic or anything, but he's also not shit either. I mean, he has some poor games, but a lot of decent and good players like him have poor games. It happens, I don't know. I think people just get real caught up about Højbjerg one way or another. I don't really see why.
He's kind of. I feel like he's a player that's damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of thing. But here we go. I hope you got your flak jackets, your life vests, your arm floaties, your anklets. I hope they're all prepared for the suntan lotion, the steam, the heat. Josh, I'm gonna ask you very poignantly, why do people hate Højbjerg?
Because, pipe bomb, ladies and gentlemen, Højbjerg is fucking dog shit. He is fucking dog shit. No, he is. He is. For a Spurs team, when we are trying to win trophies, and our goal is to contend for something, he is dog shit. He does not fit in this system. I would rather play Bentancur and Basuma and have Højbjerg come off the bench to give a fresh set of legs rather than start every fucking week. The guy is inconsistent. For every 2 good games you get from him, you get 6 inconsistent games. And yes, statistically, he's a good footballer, right? Statistics make up 50% of every truth, right? The eye test is a massive thing. You don't see the on statistics. You don't see the positions he gets himself into. You don't see how many times he fumbles with the ball and how hard he takes it, how hard it is for him to control it. He makes mistakes more often than not, and I'm sick and tired of people guzzling this guy's cock like he's the fucking biggest thing in this team.
I haven't guzzled any cock, just to tell you that.
Not
today.
I'm surprised that that's also a phrase that has carried over across seas. Seas cannot hold back that phrase, guzzling cock. That's something I only thought was in America. Eugene, do they have guzzling cock over there?
Do people say that?
Do people say that?
Are you talking about the poultry or other things?
You know what we're talking about.
You know what we're talking about, Eugene. I'm sorry. I've always clicked not suitable for children on these videos, so if any children out there, apologies. But
come on. Jacob, we're Asian. We're polite. We don't guzzle. We sit. Right. So come on, guys. To tell you the truth, right? No matter how you see Højbjerg, right? What Kieran says is true, right? There are the extremes, right? The people who hate him and the people who love him. But sometimes when you put it down to it, Højbjerg does a job, right? That's there. Of course, we can get better than Højbjerg, but at the moment we don't. Why? Because our owners aren't buying shit, right? I think we're going to be stuck with the 6 players.
Basuma. I think that. Oh.
No, but Basuma at the moment, Basuma might not be ready, right, to be integrated straight into the team, because somehow or another Conte likes consistency, right? He likes it to be right in a certain way where when you're ready to come in to play at that level, like I was saying, until the 3 substitutes were made, we look like the same team that we were last season. Simple as that. So once the 3 substitutes, right, are ready to be integrated into that first team, right, then we might see some changes in our performance, right? So that's how it's going to be. At the moment, we have to be patient a bit and wait and see. That's how I see it, right? Maybe if we are lucky, we do get a class centre back or a class creative midfielder or attacking or a right wing back, right? That's what we have to bear with at the moment. That's what we do bear with. And don't forget, having too many players coming in, new players coming in, right? It will cause some instability in the squad, in the team. That's how I see it. It takes time to gel. It takes time for understanding. It's just not that you come in straight away, you're going to know what you're going to do. You must understand the players. They're all human too. They're not robots, right? You just come right in the program and do what they're supposed to do, right? Everybody has mistakes. Everybody will have to learn. But at the moment, the best part is, right, to me in the end of the day, right, yesterday, the scoreline wasn't much of the issue to me, right? The 2-2, we were spanked. We got the point we didn't deserve, right? The best part was the fight between Conte and Tuchel. I was waiting for Conte to punch him. That's what I was waiting.
Yeah. That's actually the next topic that I want to talk about was the Tuchel and but Josh, I feel like I feel like you were on the precipice of what you were going to say.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. It's just all these Højbjerg sexuals that are like praising this guy. like singing his praises 24/7, even when the guy is terrible. Like when he has a really, really bad game, we know it. We notice it. We had a string of games last season, 6 or 7 games in a row, where Hotspur wasn't putting in his best performance. And then there was this whole debacle about, well, we didn't have depth, we didn't have the players to help him. We've got the fucking players. There's no excuse now. Why was he kept on the pitch today? You've got
he scored the goal. He scored the goal, quite frankly. He dug in, put his heels in. I think that
fresh legs, man. Fresh legs.
Eugene touched on a really good point that I think that I also agree with. That he does a job and he doesn't look the best. He doesn't. In a lot of sports, you usually have a guy that's referred to as the janitor, the garbage man, whatever you want to call him. So I think that he plays a role, and I don't see him losing his position before Bentancur. There was a moment where it's like Bentancur, he's supposed to be our creative guy, but there was times where he's passing backwards or sideways when there's 2 people to his right that were just wide open.
All I'm going to say is Hotspur for me isn't the real... He's not the real guy, bro. He's not the real guy.
What did I just hear?
Chupapi Monyeño.
Who said that?
I've got a soundboard, bro. Look.
I was like, who the fuck was that, dude?
I've got a soundboard, bro. He's not that guy. He's not the guy for the midfield, bro. He's not the guy.
You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I want to see is Bentancur and Basuma.
My buddy.
I understand what you're saying, Josh. Yeah. No, I know he's not that guy. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, in the end of the day, right, like I said, if Bentancur and Bissouma can't click yet, right, then that will be a big, big danger for us. If Bentancur and
Eugene, the word of the day is uttered.
Right,
I need you to use
straight
uttered.
away.
Sorry.
All right, let me explain to you the word ghee, all right? Ghee is a kind of butter, all right, made from, you're not mistaken, goat's milk, right?
Clarified butter,
in Asia. Yeah. So, and it can be used as baby oil too. So think about that.
There you go.
The thing is, I constantly hate on Hotspur, and I'm sorry, guys, but
I'll fucking do it again.
I'll keep doing it. I will keep doing it until this guy leaves.
Cubes.
I'm
Are you
just saying.
back?
I just want to say, in his defense,
I want to get everybody a chance to talk. So.
Kieran, I ain't heard from you from a while either. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, 21-22. Hotspur is 6th in the league for accurate passes, over 2,200 accurate passes. He was 24th in expected assists in the league, and as not a attacking, really a box-to-box midfielder, that's pretty damn good. For expected threat per pass, he was 15th in the league. I don't know. I mean, I just think his production is solid. He's a very productive midfielder. He's just not silky on the ball, and he's not a creative midfielder, but he doesn't need to be because he's a number 6. So I don't.
And with that said, I'll leave it on the point that for a team that we are trying to build going forward, where we want to contend for trophies, Hotspur is not the guy. He is not the guy.
As a number 6, I think he's totally fine. I don't know. I don't see the problem there.
You'd be better in a 3.
I don't see the problem there.
I think he's been a great player for all the managers he's played for.
In the system that we play, and the reason why we don't create more, why we're not more of an attacking threat in this 3-4-3 system, is because our wingbacks are shit. That's really the problem. Our wingbacks are shit.
There as well.
And
Cubes.
Once
Do you hate Hotspur?
Once we get a good right wing back, then we'll create more. So.
It's our wingbacks who I believe this game were completely shit. They were the worst 2 players out there for me on the pitch. Before Hotspur, before Bentancur, before Sonny, and before Kane and Kulu. Cubes. Do you hate Hotspur?
No, I don't. I don't understand why everybody is so extreme in our fan base, like in a general sense.
It's every fan base.
Like I feel like
I'll hold my hands up and say I've got an agenda against it.
Hold on. I feel like a lot of people target certain players And then they're like, they are either trash after one game, or they're, oh my gosh, they're world class after one game. Like, it's like we're so extreme, and like it's like we're bipolar emotional, like after one game, or even in sometimes after 45 minutes, or like whatever. It's like it makes or breaks an entire.
It's an emotional sport. I understand it. You know what I mean? It's emotional.
And I don't think
or
that
not,
YouTube
or
attracts
ability is completely lost and put to the wayside after like 45 minutes. So like what I mean by that is like Højbjerg. Okay, I don't hate Højbjerg. I don't think he's like top class, you know, like I don't. And I also don't think that he's shit either. I think that like he does a job, exactly what Eugene was saying, because, and we know that because he did do the job last season and help us to get to top 4. But does that mean that he's like an amazing player? No, he's not. He's not an amazing player. And he did get the goal like today, or for some of you, yesterday, depending on where you're living. But he got the goal. I think it was a great goal, but it also doesn't completely negate the fact that he also had like, he was playing really shitty the entire game, other than that one goal. And I heard somebody say, like, they were like, oh my God, Højbjerg was the best person, the best player on the pitch. Like, I heard somebody be like, the Højbjerg was the best player on the pitch today. And I was like, because he got one goal, you know, you're like, they were like, he was amazing defensively. And I was like, really? Then how did two goals go in? Like, how is that possible? And he was, by the way, neither one of the people, like, he wasn't the one that blocked either of any of the other goals. Any of the other like potential goals or shots that could have gone in, he didn't block any of them. So how was he great defensively? My point is that everybody, including Sonny, everybody knows I'm a Sonny fan, everybody was shit today. They were shit. Everybody was bad, including the ones that I like the most. And like, I even think that when people are talking about Richie coming on and it changed the game, and I know you guys are talking about that, I don't think so. I think he didn't come on for very long. I don't think that he did anything really, because, and I don't blame him because
he about 40 some minutes.
But he didn't really have, like, he didn't have the chance to really, you know. He ran, yes he did, he had a work rate, he ran at shit. He didn't come on for Sonny, so you can't say like, oh well, he made a big difference compared to Sonny, because it's not like there was a direct swap. There was like, basically I would say that, like, you know, I don't feel like, it's not like he got a goal, it's not like he got an assist, it's not like he got bumbled off the ball too. He lost the ball as well. He also, you know, barely touched the ball. But I'm not saying that he played badly compared to everybody else, because he was barely on. So I think that like people just put way too much on each individual and their performances in a very short amount of time. As a reminder, people were like, Sets was amazing last game. They were like, he has to start over Perisic. Like, how could we not start Sess? He's doing amazing. He was shit today. Like everybody else. He was
one of the worst players on the pitch.
And like the fact that like people were like, you know, saying that, I'm just like, it goes to show you. I mean, the only people that are on our team that you can legitimately say, and I know that like, I guess it's debatable because Jacob will definitely say that like Hugo is world class. So I know that you think that way, Jacob. I think
it's the goalkeepers union. I can't turn my back on him now.
Yeah, I know you think that. Yeah. So I mean, I think, yeah, he is the captain for, you know, a World Cup winning team. Like, I get that.
Who's at my thing is, who's at fault here, right? Because you look at the second goal and our entire team was off on the right side and we left two unmarked men, which then Davies is
it's an entire team's fault is what I'm saying. Like, the only people that are world class, like actually world class in our team, are Kane and Son. Those are the only two people that are world class.
And
that also means that
even Kane and Son didn't turn up today, right? So
we got top 4, and it wasn't just because of Kane and Son. So you also can't say that everybody in our team from last season is shit either. Everybody
Bobby, who said this? Who said that, Bobby? No one said that. No, stop it. No one said that. Come on now.
I'm just saying, like, everybody is so extra. Like, I just feel like always.
Hell yeah, I'm extra as fuck. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. I feel like that goal was Dyer's fault. I don't know. I just think if he is the central center back who's supposed to be the leader of the defense and like organize the defense, then why did he get tucked all the way over to the touch line and leave Davis alone in the middle of the box? That's completely on him, in my opinion.
A 4-4-2 fault, right? I keep telling you, Dyer and Davis can't be in a 4-4-2. When they go into a 4-4-2, right? They
We're
become
dogs.
piece of turks. Yeah. So that's how I see it. Yeah.
Eugen, I want to come back to you, but before we do that, Josh, I know you got to go. You got any final thoughts? I want to plug yourself. When's the next time anyone can find you anywhere?
I mean, in terms of where you can find me on Twitter. I don't really stream much anymore like I used to, but I'll be on here a lot more often, providing that I'm actually awake.
Yeah, I'm glad you're awake, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been sitting there playing Minecraft most of the evening, so I was obliged to come on.
You've been playing Fall Guys, or is that your kids?
That's my kids.
Oh man, let me know when you're on Fall Guys. Anyway, give me your final thoughts. What's up, man?
No one on the team today deserves any praise. No one on the team did exceptional. Everyone was shit. We should have gone in there with the intention to win 3 points. We turned up with the intention to lose. We're lucky to get a point. Performance was dead from the offset. Yeah, we got 2 goals. Questionable goals, maybe, considering, like some people say that I saw on Twitter that people were saying 2 of the goals shouldn't have counted because of goalkeeper obstruction and fouls before the goals were scored. So, who am I to judge? We got a point. We're lucky to get a point. On to next week, and with that being said,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
See you later.
Love you, buddy.
Buddy, you're gonna have to give me that damn soundboard, or let me get some access to it, or maybe you just hop in the back and be a DJ. Big ups, buddy. Thank you for joining in. Jacob's pop-up. Or pop-up with Jacob. What the hell did I just say? That's not good branding. I'm deducting myself 15% off the pay cut just because we're going to keep things consistent.
I wouldn't say that we're just lucky, by the way. We were lucky because we could have been like down like 6 or 5, you know?
Or could have had both goals disallowed.
But in a way, we also weren't, because we showed a lot of grit. And I would say that, even though I just went on a rant being like seemingly very negative, I also would say that like I still am optimistic. Like, some people are also, again, very extra. They're like, we're a shit team. We're not going to make top 4. I was like, I'm actually really optimistic about this season with that performance, because we clearly have a lot of problems, but like not every team, even a top team, is going to play well every game. But the fact that we were able to walk away with the point because we just dug deep, and like Conte always kept saying, it's like, if you're not going to win a game, just don't lose it. You know, that shows like our mentality and how we're like different from how we were before. Because like an example is also like, so we played really bad, but then we somehow drew. And then last season we played against Burnley, right? The last game against Burnley. And we were also playing really bad. And we got a point off of like a handball penalty, right? Which was a justified handball. It really was a handball, but it was like we were fighting for that penalty. And the difference between old Spurs and new Spurs, regardless if you think like our players are, you don't rate some of them and whatever, is that we will do whatever we need to win or draw. We just won't lose. We'll just like, we'll do whatever. We'll like we'll push the ref for penalties. We will be like, we'll draw fouls. We will fight all the way to the very last whistle. We will like not stop. We'll just keep going. And that's what top teams do. Man City has played shitty games before, and they somehow pull something out at the very end. Liverpool.
Speaking of pulling something out, I mean, that's just a great turn of phrase. Thank you again, Josh, for joining in. Big up Goguma. She agrees with the cube. She says, yes, we dug deep. Hurricane says, have you seen James today? James and Giant Peach? Who are we talking about? James who?
James.
Oh yeah. No, I choose to forget what that man did to us because I literally jinxed it. I texted the group and said, Reece James has been all over. I said something like, Reece James has been fantastic today. I fucking hate the guy. Because he always plays, he's always so good. And I hate it when he does that to us. So I texted the group something like, man, this guy's playing so good. I hate it. And then he scored that goal. And it was just like, wow, I had to say something. So I did see James. Cubed.
But Jacob, I just want to let you know, I've reached my destination.
Eugene.
Thanks for having me on. Nice meeting
Wish I had
you
a soundboard.
guys. Yeah. I don't have a soundboard. I'm in the car. The only soundboard I have is in the car.
Hey,
Hi, papi, mi chulo.
Right? Don't work too hard.
That was you,
All right,
Eugene.
guys.
That wasn't me.
Take care. All
Thank
right,
you, man.
see you
Thank you.
next
Have a
time,
great,
All right.
yeah, have a great
All
day,
right,
man.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your
buddy.
day, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All the way from across the world, that man joins us and blesses us with his presence. So thank you, Eugene. Check him out, Spursuasion. I know he didn't plug it, but I'll plug it. Spursuasion, baby. That's where you want to go for that persuasion.
Where is that guy coming from?
Malaysia.
Correct.
Oh, okay. KL.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
What's up,
Very
Tyler
good.
Vestal? Big up, J Wall. Spurs will get that dub next time. That's right, we will. Playing the Wolves. May I say Adama Traore Wolves? I know he only played for like 20 minutes last game, but can I say Adama Traore Wolves? Are we playing at the Molyneux? Who knows? I could look it up, but who knows right now?
Don't look it up. That's stupid. Why would you do that?
Why would I do that?
You have the answer to every question in the world right in front of you.
I know. Barely survived with a draw today, thank God. Hurricane 9900. Thank you for tuning in. We're coming up on the 1 hour 40 mark. I told Colin we were trying to keep this an hour and a half. Are we still trying to move an after party over to
I can't decide.
Hotspur Hood, or are we just trying to keep it here for just a little bit longer? What do you think?
Let's just keep it here, I think.
Keep it here, keep it easy, because then we got to build a whole nother show. We're going to do after party on the Hotspur Hood, but big ups, late night chill, helped bring this little ragtag group of people together. So, I agree. Medarius, you can always be
bottle
honest.
of whiskey for after party.
Oh,
you can open another one?
You're tempting me.
Who's gonna? I think I have Maker's Mark. That's what I got.
Ooh.
But
Wow,
honestly,
splurging over there.
I don't.
Have you
I don't.
tried the
Go.
Have
go
you
ahead.
tried the 46? Try the 46.
Is that the
46 is
the
pretty
Maker's?
good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it's basically,
I don't drink often.
Maker's Mark. You don't have to. You just gotta try it.
I'll try it. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, on
Maker's
holidays
Mark,
and stuff, I'll get some shots in
It
me.
was finished. Yeah, it's basically 2 percentage points higher in alcohol, and it was finished in a French oak.
Ooh. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
it's pretty good. Makes great old fashions.
my old man, well, my wife's old man, her father, my father-in-law, he's a big whiskey man. He loves him some whiskey, so maybe for his birthday's coming up,
Yeah.
so maybe for his birthday I'll give him some of that. He's actually the man
Yeah,
who
there
made
you
the
go.
music. If you hear the music for the intro, that United Spurs, that's my father-in-law.
I
makes
wondered.
music.
I was gonna ask you who did that.
Well, yeah, my father-in-law. He's making me a song for this segment, the pop up with Jacob. I told him to keep it funky, make it fun. I'm gonna see what he comes up with. So he sent me some stuff tonight. He was texting me about it earlier. But big up Nick for doing that. For me.
What's his name?
Yeah, that was pretty
Nick
nice. Actually.
Fontopoulos.
Nick. Big up, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought you're gonna have Son's Calvin Klein in there somewhere.
You want to see it? There you go. I got it. Whenever you need it, buddy. I'll pop that thing. Come on now.
I did notice, Jacob, though, that there's 14 viewers now, which is the most that there's been the whole time. So
Hell yeah, big up them 14 viewers. This is a perfect time
That's because
while you're looking at this beautiful, magnificent man that some people are upset with today, but that's okay. The word of the night is uttered here on Pop Up with Jacob. And if you're here popping up with Jacob, I appreciate you being here. If you want to be a supporter, a sponsor, we have different tiers and we have a Patreon. And if you would like to be a member of that, become part of an exclusive bunch of group. We're working on a Discord channel, so all the patrons and everyone, we can get in that little chat and we can have share stuff there. That's a new kid. I'm still learning about this damn Discord. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. Discord is for them kids, and I am not a kid no more. But the link's down there. I got it pinned at the top. If you care to take a gander, patreon.com/United Spurs of America. Our patrons right now in the 10-inch club, we have Queen Ellie from Tottenham Till I Die. Big up Ellie for being the first official 10-inch member of that club. Official sponsors of the club are James George, J.Co., Mile High Hotspur, that's Leo COYS, Scott M, who was on the show earlier. Big up Scott M for being an official supporter. And then we got our Anchor Club members, C Cubed, Jadank, and Alex Wood. Big ups, everybody, for... Oh, I spoke him into existence, and we have not Scott M in the house.
Well, no, you didn't. You spoke... How did you
How's it
speak
going?
not
Thanks
Scott
for
M?
letting me on the show again. I joined you guys the other night. Just gotta say, you guys are all pretty good. I don't know why you let that Bobby K guy comment in the chat. He speaks nothing but nonsense. But
We have a couple crazies around to make ourselves look less crazy. You know?
Yeah, Hurricane says, yeah, Jacob, like I said, I wanted to donate. If you do, go. The link is pinned at the top. I pinned it right there. I think I pinned it. I mean, please tell me if I did not. But please head on over there. We'll add you to the thing. We'll put you in the loop. Get you in the mix. Michael is sweating for some merchandise. So we got some merchandise coming out soon, I think. But big up, Hurricane. You said you want to donate to the cause. We appreciate that over here at United Spurs America. Just like I appreciate everyone who popped up with me tonight or this morning, like Eugene. He's going to work. Not Scott M. Why do people hate Pierre-Emile Højbjerg?
Oh, God.
I mean, he's here. I got to ask him.
He's a limited player, and also because so much of our fan base to treat him like he's the greatest midfielder that ever played the game. So
we're supposed to treat him like an asshole.
I think just like properly, like just rate the fact that yes, he tries hard. That's awesome. But if we want to be reaching the levels of City and Liverpool and passing Chelsea, we need better midfielders in our starting 11.
Hold on. Liverpool regularly was playing James Milner in their midfield fairly often. Do you not think that Højbjerg is a better player than like James Milner?
I don't know. I think they're similar. I don't know if Milner was Milner regularly there. Like he was kind of a fill-in.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think he's a pretty good player. I mean, that's going to show that he's a pretty.
Højbjerg is a really good player. But I think,
especially from I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's a top player. But I think he's a good player. He's a 7, 8 out of 10 most games for his role, which is a number 6, primarily a defensive midfielder. He just kind of cycles possession, makes the occasional forward pass, and actually makes quite a lot of passes into the box and into the final third. He had progression than any other midfielder for us last season. I mean, I don't know. And the guy never gets fucking hurt, and he plays every game. He's just...
Sometimes your best players are the ones who are actually available. Michael and I actually had a real heated debate about who's better, Højbjerg or Skip, and his argument was that Skip had more talent, but I was like, that's hard to say if you're never fucking healthy. I think this was before he got re-injured. This was when he was down last year. Wikipedia, I think you were going to say something. I know you're on a little bit of a delay, so I feel like when it comes into jumping in that ring and throwing some bows, you're at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Højbjerg is a really good player for a team that's trying to get to the top 4, and we got there. So now we need the next level of number 6. Mm-hmm. And I am still a big fan of Højbjerg, but I realized his shortcomings last year during that second Liverpool game away. when we should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That last whatever this he's trying to do with the ball, trying to score or not trying to score, right? Or with him and Kane up front. Like, I don't know what happened there, but they should have scored that.
Yeah. No, I do not disagree with you. Not Scott M.
Yeah, he's a great player, but he just had like limitations for a team that's like a lot of people are saying here, like all of us are saying here, trying to be an elite team.
You would almost say everyone's uttered.
He's going to be great. He's going to be great. As the other guy for that position, kind of like Milner 10 years ago, right? Because like Milner right now, he has no legs. He has no legs, right? So, but Alcantara is hurt, so I guess he's going to get more playing time.
Yeah.
Jacob, when you were talking earlier about what we can do against Chelsea when they play us like this way, like I think Højbjerg is a perfect example of why we struggle, because you can't make those quick passes that you need to do with him in the field, on the pitch. He isn't good at making the triangles and working with the other players to move the ball quickly, so that when you're pressured, he can't react fast enough with the ball at his feet, and he limits what we can do. And that's why I know you laughed when I said that we should get new players, but that's why, because Højbjerg can't play against teams that pressure him like this. He just isn't good enough on the ball.
Name a number 6 better that we could realistically purchase right now.
Well, I think, why does it need to be specifically a number 6 though? Like Bissouma could play him.
Because that's his position. I think Bissouma is the guy who's going to eventually take that position. I think that's why we bought Bissouma. He just needs time. But I'm not totally sure about that, though, because it seems like now he rotates with Bentancur, or Conte want him to be a 6 or an 8. Personally, I think he'd be better as a 6, but
Medarius, in the Milner conversation, Medarius Bunting, my longtime friend, my pal, my confidant, a buddy I've shared so many wild evenings calling. I'm looking at you. I feel like you would understand when I say some truly wild times with this man.
Yeah.
I respect him a lot. He's a Real Madrid fan, so I appreciate you tuning in, even though you're supporting the wrong league, dude. I'm just kidding. Y'all won the Champions League. Big ups to you. Medarius says Milner is not helping any team winning European titles. He's not wrong. They did beat Liverpool there. Him and Bentancur do not complement each other. Need a number 10 in the midfield who can create. Fan for a different club. There you go. So that's what I was saying. He's a fan of a different club. So
we need to have another midfield. I mean, then we need to play with 3 midfielders. I think if we want to work a 10 in, because I don't think we've got anybody that's defensively strong enough.
That's
to
also
play.
just not how Conte's system works. The wing backs are supposed to be the creative players, and then you have technically the positions that Son and Kulusevski play are number 10s. They're like wide number 10s. They're attacking, midfielders or like wide forwards. They're not even really true wingers because they play in kind of in the half spaces and that runs. And Kulusevski also, you see him cut inside and then and sometimes take the ball to feet and then look for a pass. So they're supposed to create. And the wide players are supposed to do the creating. The midfielders are mainly there to, win the ball, cycle possession, and then advance the ball forward, either passing or carrying it. And a lot of times you see once we get into the box, the midfielders, especially Højbjerg, will drop back as the outside center backs advance forward around the outside of the box. Højbjerg will drop back alongside Eric Dyer in the back line when we have possession in the opposition box. So really Conte relies on his wide players, his defenders, his wing backs to do the creation mostly. So
there wasn't much of that.
The midfielder, So we're not going to have a true number 10 playing in the 3-4-3. I mean, that's
I don't think we ever will.
Not how the system works.
Did anyone find it interesting the fact that when Richarlison came on for Ryan Sessegnon there in the 57th minute, we switched to a back four, and then Ben Davies is on the left, and Dyer was there in the center back. Not a good look for me personally, because it reminds me of the bad times.
It was kind of weird because he actually brought Richie on, right? And then moved Decky, it seems like, to right wing back, I guess. So it's kind of like a little bit weird because he switched up all the roles because he didn't want to take because he brought Mora on, right?
Well, I was speaking more about, and whenever Richarlison came on before Mora came on. Mora came on late. Let me see. It was like 80-some minute. It was even after Basuma and Perisic. Yeah, well, 3 minutes after. Mora came on in the 82nd minute. But when in the 57th minute, so like the 60th minute, I'm looking at the formation because I'm like, okay, he didn't make a like-for-like swap. So obviously something was going to change there. And Richarlison came in, and I was like, okay, so who's our left wing back? And then it was kind of like, well, it's just Ben Davies out there. And then it's like,
that's what I'm saying. It was weird because it wasn't like he didn't make like a like-for-like swap. So it was kind of like, I was a little confused about like who was playing which position. Like,
so,
I was like, what is the formation now?
But being that was something that I was noticing, I really truly was like, this is not going to look good. And then you saw the point where everyone was we overloaded the right side. There was 7 players just mucking it up over there, and we left Reece James completely wide open. I mean, I just don't understand it. Colin, I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while, and I need to hear your beautiful voice and hear your beautiful opinions.
Okay. But
so the same thing I was just talking to Q's about, whenever Richarlison came on and we kind of swapped our formation around. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Scott or Kieran, because tactically I really appreciate everything y'all say. So, but to me, to my goalkeeper's eyes, I was like, okay, we got Davies out there on the left back. It looked like we went to a back 4. Did you see anything funky with that formation? I feel like it led to the goal, personally. And then he brought Basuma, and then he seemed like he was correcting that mistake. Like, let's bring on Perisic and Basuma, and let's get back to the same formation we were rocking with before. But what do you think, man?
That's exactly what it was. We switched to like a 4-4-2, but also maybe more like a 4-2-4. Really, where we had the 2 wide players and the 2 strikers, the 2 wide playing, and then Kane and Richarlison up top, 2 midfielders, and then Davis was at left back.
I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah, and then it was Dyer and Romero in a back 2 with
Colin, you love
right
Ben Davies?
That was really
I do love Ben Davies.
So you weren't tripping whenever you saw him playing left back?
It's not ideal.
I feel like that's what made Reguilon look so good, was the fact that Ben Davies was so atrocious at left back.
He's not atrocious if you don't ask him to go forward at all, but he definitely can't play. He definitely can't play wing back, and if there's a quick winger against him, then he's toast. So in the modern game, I guess he's fairly useless. But anyway.
One thing about Ben Davies is that obviously I feel like I'm not trying to give shout outs to anybody because everybody was shit, like I said. But but he did make one really, really good block that like just kind of like is etched in my memory because he just straight up threw his body at it. Like it was he does that sometimes.
He will do that.
Yeah,
he wasn't our worst.
He went on the line.
Gumption.
He does it way better and with way more heart than Dyer does. I will say that. Like many times over Ben Davies.
Dyer turns away from the ball.
What's that?
Dyer
Ben
will
Davies
literally turn away from the ball.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's different. Like where Dyer doesn't do that, I noticed, but like Ben Davies he'll just throw it. Sometimes he'll just run and just throw his body on the line.
Bobby K, big ups. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for joining in the chat. Bobby K, go check out 3 Spurs Boys if you haven't already. Last time I checked, they were like 9 subs away from 500. So definitely go over there and sub if you haven't already. Big ups to them.
Get them to 500.
Good night. Give him the 500. Good night, everyone. God bless. Pow. Goguma, he always sacrifices his body, Davies. He does, and he's done it before. I just don't like seeing him out there on the left back.
Yeah, he's not a very good left back in a 4, but he's a good left center back in a 3.
So I think Perisic must be carrying a knock or still not fully fit because it made so much sense that when you're bringing Sessegnon off that you would put Perisic on. But if Conte's worried that he can't go for that long, then because it just makes no sense at all if you're taking Sessegnon off not to put Perisic on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I agree with you.
Who went in for Sessegnon? I didn't notice that.
It was Richarlison in the 57th minute. Okay. That was the sub. So then the formation changed. Right. Then we conceded the goal, and then about 4 minutes later, we brought Perisic and Bissouma on. So then we went back to the formation we had before, and then we started seeing what we saw, which was not the greatest. You know, I've had this word of the night up, and I haven't really heard anyone uttering the phrase. So a little disappointed, but this next subject, I hope that we can. You did, Kieran. I do remember that, but
real quick before we get off topic.
So
real quick,
I think I might have to
pop
out.
Topic, though,
Colin's got to sign off real quick, and then I'll let you go, Kieran.
Sorry, Kieran. I'm like the interrupting king. I'm awesome at it. It's like one of my best skills. But if you like, you know, goofing off, if you like shenanigans, if you like having fun, if you like talking about Spurs, come on over to Hotspur Hood. There's a lot of content there. A lot of it's real good, like great stuff. And then there's my show, and it's Colin's Late Night Chill. It's if you know, you know. Just come check it out.
If you know, you know. Medarius is tuned into those. I always send the link out to my homies whenever. The ones that I know will support. So
you're a good man.
Big ups, man. Thank you for joining. You're here the whole time. Have a good night.
Yep.
Good luck at work tomorrow, buddy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Cheers. See you soon.
Peace. Maybe.
Maybe.
Good night, Colin.
Good night, buddy.
Woo. Kieran, there's something you were saying, but I had to cut you off there. Or Colin really did.
Of course. Yeah.
Kind of assisted him.
Goddamn. Oh yeah. I wanted to say, shit. Before we got off topic, though, we equalized after that change, and then we conceded almost immediately after equalizing. That was like, you know, that was, and then we changed. Then we brought Perisic and Bissouma on, changed back to the 3-4-3. But I mean, that formation at least did work to get us to, you know, score another goal. And Richarlison, I think Richarlison did have an impact on the game. I think his pressing allowed us to win the ball higher up the pitch several times, which we hadn't done for the entire game before that. We had I don't know if we had won the ball maybe once in Chelsea's half the entire game up until that point, and we were able to win the ball high up the pitch several times and at least threaten somewhat, you know. And it really gave us, you know, a foothold in the game.
I like that word.
But
foothold.
then, it just the poor positioning because of not being used to playing that formation. The poor positioning on that throw-in is what led to the goal. And you know, I mostly blame Dyer because he's the center. He's the center back who's supposed to, you know, command the other center backs. He and that. At that point in the back four was playing left center back. He was way too far to the right. He should have told Romero to come back central. He should have came back into the center and pushed Davis out to the left side of the box. And he just totally... None of them did, so, you know.
Yeah, I feel that.
I was wondering why people were talking about 4-4-2.
Oh, because when we subbed on old buddy.
Yeah, because I didn't actually see this game because I was up until 6 last night, so I can't possibly wake up. This is too early.
No, so I was telling everybody. I think you actually stepped out to refill a beautiful glass of yours. I said that in the 57th minute we brought on Richarlison for Sessegnon, which wasn't a like for like swap, and we changed our formation, and then Ben Davies then played the left back. And I guess what I'm hearing is we switched to a 4-4-2. I'm not real great when it comes to all that. I get lost in the sauce. I can't lie about it. So I don't like to talk too much about formations. I just kind of take people's words for it. I'm pretty good at FIFA formations, but I know FIFA in real life. But so to me, yeah, that game. What a game. We'll if you're here, thank you for being here. We just hit over the 2-hour mark. Not sure how much longer we're going to go tonight exactly, but if you haven't already, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe. On the road to 300. We're pretty early on that road, but with your help, we can get there. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and always come back for some more. We're a buffet around here. Rex, what's up, Rex? Our brother from New Zealand says Chelsea had more clear-cut chances that were not converted. Havertz 1, Mount 2 versus Harry 1. Overall, we were boss in the midfield again.
I mean, last year they had Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder at the front. So that's why I don't consider us so lucky, because they keep missing their chances. Because that's expected of those two. I mean, Ray Charles has moved on to Red Bull, right? So now they have Stevie Wonder. So that's just how they've been.
I love it, man.
Right? Ray Charles on roller skates.
You know, I'm just glad we got the point, man, at the end of the day. But this is the big talking point here for me. It's a little bit extracurricular, if you will. But Rex, you knew exactly what I wanted to talk about next. You like that little rhyme? That was for you. Ref officiating allowed to come back. No, don't start with that. Do not. Do what Goguma says. Drop a like and subscribe. Our wingback's not creative enough. Kane missed a goal opportunity. Yes, he did. Unfortunately, he was pretty ghosted. Set pieces need to be focused going forward in the right situations. Yeah, we're awful. But Rex, you had the next topic, and big ups to you for that. Tuchel was an idiot at the final handshake. I agree. He was pissed. He was upset. He was mad. And I am here for it. There's a few things I'm going to pull up in due time. But before I do that, I wanted to share. You don't fuck with the Don, man. You don't do that. Here we go. Let me change that. Conte versus Tuchel. It was great. I'm telling you, this got me as hyped as the last goal that equalized at the death. I don't know if anyone else felt the same way, but this got me going. I'm talking about rearing to go. And I was watching UFC last night. Look at that. Flying man punch. Thomas Tuchel. I want to see it. You know, we got these YouTube people boxing all the time now. I want to see it. I pay money for it. Pay big money for that. Did anyone get as hyped about this? Am I overplaying it? Am I being dramatic?
No, so hyped.
It was awesome.
Highlight of the game was Conte v Tuchel for me. It was like the absolute highlight of the game. I was like, yes. And the nice thing is that they got into it multiple times. So you didn't just have a fleeting moment of it. You had it over and over and over again with a nice big finale of 2 red cards. It was like the all along the way.
Yeah. Jingle all the way is what that makes me think of, because I was singing the tunes. Not Scott M. You don't strike me as a person. Do you watch UFC? Do you like violence? Do you want to see men duke it out?
I used to watch UFC, like back when it was like GSP.
Oh yeah,
Randy
GSP.
Couture. Like I remember, you might be too young. There was like a Randy Couture Tim Sylvia fight where Couture like moved up to heavyweight, and he like just dominated him. I love that, but that was probably, man, I'm gonna say like 20 plus years ago. I don't not like it. Like I'm not
Chuck
like,
the
oh,
Iceman.
watch it, but I haven't. I couldn't tell you who's doing anything in UFC right now. I haven't seen it for a while, so I don't know. Neutral. Sorry, I know that's kind of a boring answer, but if it's on the TV, like I might stop and see if something cool's going on. But I don't pay money for pay-per-views or anything.
Yeah, I'm just watching like 10 years ago or something, but yeah, I used to like it too.
I was looking up something. There's something I was wanting to pull up. I think I liked it on Twitter. Here we go. Let me share my screen.
Conte so much more. Like that's the big thing, and you know, because I was like saying in our group, right? I was just like, such a fucking legend, man. I was like, oh, I love Conte so much.
I know. It sent me through the roof. Whoa.
Boy, I love that Italian man.
Yeah, I saw that.
This to me, this was me after the game, listening to him crying, but this was something special.
He is.
No, he wasn't crying. He said in the interview, he said, you know, other than, you know, just like the results and stuff, and he was like, I'm the happiest manager in the world. I was like, loser mentality.
Deflecting. He has deflection right there. He's fucking pissed.
But didn't he pull
players because they did
Conte
not get
because
they deserve?
he didn't look him in the eye? I mean, what kind of reason is that?
Yeah, he said he wanted him
That's
to
a
make
Karen
eye
excuse.
contact. Yeah.
He didn't look him in the eye. Like, yeah.
To me, I say gee, goo goo. So sad for you.
I mean, technically, what he did to him is considered assault. I'm just saying. Like, technically, he assaulted Conte. Like, when you grab
when I saw
somebody
the
and pull them like that.
yeah, when I saw the thumbnails on the videos, I was hyped.
And then
I
Romero
just
getting in
love
the
how
face
he
of Reece
bumped to him
James.
right away. He was just right in his face.
Oh, look, there's Brian Daigle.
Credit to
I love
Reece James
this.
for not responding.
I love
Like,
that
he
we're
would've
a
gotten
team
to
with
it.
some edge now.
Yeah, exactly.
definitely
It's this is like the mid-'90s Knicks, you know, with Pat Riley as the coach. Like, if you knock somebody down, you don't help them up, you walk over them.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I
Because
call
when-
BDE.
because I've been following Knicks. I've been following the Knicks.
Nothing but disrespect.
And I've never seen a trophy in my lifetime. So during that mid-'90s, like, yes, we're going to get this, and nothing.
I mean, sometimes it's terrible, but sometimes you have to be ruthless. And especially when you're going up against teams that like are
Will
as stacked
Stewart
as Chelsea.
says, bro, you should have told me you were streaming. I would have rated you and stopped talking about travel for 1.5 hours. The link, I'll put the link. I don't know if you're in bed already. You might be. It's late over there for you. I'll go ahead and drop the link in here if you want to come in and chat a little bit. We're talking about the duel we saw today between Conte and Tuchel. I'm not talking about the one on the pitch. I'm talking about the one on the side of the pitch. It was so much fun. Big ups.
I'm in bed. Are we not allowed to be in bed and doing this thing, or?
No, you are. Oh, no, you are. Oh, you could have sent like 50 people. That would have been fantastic. Next time. I try and do these kind of late because, I don't know, this is just a new pop-up show since Michael can't always join. And I want to talk about stuff because I was way too hyped. So I just kind of planned this out like 7 hours before we went live. But next time, man, I think I have your WhatsApp. If not, someone WhatsApp me, Wills, and we'll get in cahoots. So big ups. Thanks for tuning in. Next time, hopefully we can get that and you can send over some 50 people and I'll start a little later for you. Here we go. Let me do the whole shaboodle, kitten and caboodle, for our friend Dananda. United Zealand, we got Rex. What's cracking, buddy? It is sunny.
Hey,
It is
man.
beautiful. How are you doing?
Good. Just got home from work. It's
How was work? Everything
to-
good?
5 to 5 p.m. New Zealand time on Monday here.
Oh, geez. Big ups, man. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about Conte versus Tuchel. You have any immediate thoughts on the little belly-to-belly moisture we saw?
Well, at the end there, it clearly looked like Tuchel was holding on to his hand excessively, and he was provoking it, Tuchel, from what I could see. So he's very lucky that one of our bother boys, one of our guys like Romero or Richie didn't come in and clonk him one to rescue Conte, I think. Could have turned very nasty then. Be like those ones in baseball games when the pitcher hits the batter in baseball and they all just climb in on each other.
Big up, Will Stewart. Yeah, Rex. Man. So, did you get to watch the game? If it was, what, 12 something?
Yeah, I wake up and watched the recorded one at breakfast because it was 3:30 a.m. New Zealand time, so I didn't watch it live. I watched the quasi live, not knowing the score, so it's good.
Yeah, I saw it live. Didn't enjoy what I saw the first 45 minutes. But I'll tell you, as soon as that final whistle blew, I was real excited about what I was seeing. Does Conte and fuck Tuchel. Conte has a red. Does this affect us next week? I don't think it does. I don't think it affects much, except who's barking on the sidelines.
I don't know. Someone told me, didn't Tuchel get a red card as well?
Yes, they both got red carded, which Tuchel should have been. I was saving this rant for a little later, but we're getting late in the evening for me. So Tuchel should have been gone already. He should have been gone. He was doing his little Bambi dance on the sidelines, sprinting up and down, thinking he won the game. He was so happy, and he was ready to bring out the bratwurst and all the Haagen-Dazs, whatever you want. You know what I mean? Yeah, Haagen-Dazs isn't even geographically savvy. But I thought he should have been sent off. Neither is bratwurst?
Vegan bratwurst for that guy.
Oh.
I don't think he...
Bring out the sauerkraut. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just really was like, this man should have been sent off. And then they both get a red there at the end. I thought it was a little unfair. Did you think it was unfair?
I don't know what the protocols are in English football about these things, but only the referee would know whether it was deserved. But I think that means they're banned from being on the sideline for one game, is it? I'm not too sure what the punishment is. It's probably just one game away from being on the bench, I suspect.
Yeah. Kieran, I know you got to go. You got to peace out, buddy. Thank you for popping in with Jacob. Excuse me, popping up. I can't even get the damn title of this damn show correct. That's telling you it's getting late for me, too. You got any final parting thoughts? And where can everyone find you? Let us know.
Final parting thoughts. We played like shit, but smash and grab took a point home with us at the bridge. I mean, we should be happy with that, and just move on to the next week. I think everybody's analyzed the shit out of this game at this point. Let's put it behind us. Let's look forward next week to Wolves and to 3 points. And I think we'll smash them. I don't think there'll be much of a challenge for us, honestly.
Hell yeah.
So, onward.
I love it.
The mighty Spurs.
Except for Domatraore, you better watch out, buddy. He may sneak up and get you. Come on.
Only if he brings his baby oil.
You know he's bringing it. Don't even play. You know he's bringing it. Come on. Big ups. Thank you for popping up with Jacob tonight.
On the screen.
Hold on. Let me give her There you go. The name's on the screen now.
Yep, and you can follow me on Twitter there at Spurs After Dark, and you'll see me on more of these pop-ups, and I also go on Will Stewart's show a lot. So.
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
you can always pop up there. Pop up. Yeah, come on, you Spurs. Thanks for joining in. Peace. See you, man. Not Scott M. I know you got to go, buddy. You got to go too. We're not going to be on here too much longer, but I wanted you to say your piece so you can get a good night's sleep and know that Antonio Conte has you covered, like the blanket you are underneath.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say thanks for having me. My internet's cutting out, so I don't know if you can hear me, but
we hear you.
Just in case anybody's wondering, Harry Kane is world class, no doubt, no argument. Anyone trying to argue different is crazy. Don't argue with C Cubed either way, anyways, even if it isn't right.
No, you definitely don't want to do that.
Sorry, is it Rex? I didn't didn't get a chance to chat with you, but good to see you on here. Whiskey, great chatting with you. So, and of course, C Cubed, always great to talk to you.
Yeah.
Like you said, we've been talking all day. So, have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, have a good night.
Big ups, buddy. Thanks for popping up with Jacob. Appreciate you, and also thank you for being on the current sponsor list. Big ups to you. Well, you know what? I want to know everyone's man of the match, and then I'm going to ask you about Wolves, and we're going to sign this thing off so I can get on to bed. Rex, you're the newest one here, so I'm going to ask you last. I'm sorry, that's pretty anticlimactic because Cubed, I'm coming to you first. You've been here the longest.
Struggling to think of man of the match. I think I'll give it to Lloris, who pulled off one particularly good save of Havertz, and couldn't do much about the other two. But no one in the outfield really shone for me, so I'll give it to Lloris.
Okay, Lloris, man of the match. Very nice. Cubes, who you got?
I'm going to be a little cheeky about this. My man of the match is Koulibaly. I mean, you can call me a traitor.
You're doing what you're doing what Leo did to me the other night, and you're hurting my feelings.
Look, we were so bad.
Right.
We were so bad.
Good night to you guys. Good night, and enjoyed the show.
Cheers, Rex. Have a good night.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you, man. Thanks for popping up, buddy. Have a good rest of your day.
We were bad, but okay, fine. If I don't pick Koulibaly, like in a general sense, that was probably the best player on the pitch in a general sense. Okay, but if I was gonna pick a man of the match for like our side, I would say Conte was the man of the match.
Oh yeah.
He dragged all of those players, all of those fans, all of our asses. He dragged us across the finish line. With his sheer willpower and his passion and his anger and everything, just imbued the team with it and dragged their asses over the finish line all the way until he really stuck it to Tuchel and then got himself red carded and sent off like a freaking awesome legend.
Like a Don.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good shout. Gogoma here agrees with you. Her man of the match, Antonio Conte. Hard to dispute that. Wikipedia. Who you got? Who's your favorite? Who's the best?
No, I agree. It's Conte. It's Conte.
Antonio.
I mean, he basically did a seppuku there at the end, to give everybody an extra boost. Right? I mean, can you imagine the reverse fixture that's when we play at home?
It's going to be so electric, man. I cannot wait.
They're going to need the riot cops over there during that match, right? Even with the 40,000 or whatever it is, because I don't know how many away fans they allow in that tiny stadium of theirs, but 40,000 Chelsea fans booing, all that stuff. I even saw Harry Kane mouth "fuck off" in one of the highlights. Right?
Hell yeah, Harry.
But that didn't. He got us through the finish line. We almost won that game. I think, like a la Manchester City in February. I think. Yeah, but Conte definitely. I mean, if it has to be somebody on the pitch, then Lloris, he played the least shit that whole game. All right, I don't think he could have. He doesn't. Yeah, I don't think he could have done anything with the second goal, and he was kind of frozen on the first goal.
Yeah. Well, that first goal. Yeah. I mean, he caught that first touch volley. That's pretty class. So those are tough. Yeah. I forgive him for that. I'm gonna ask myself, hey Jacob, hey, what do you think the man of the match was? Oh, I'll tell you.
No. I'm
Jacob.
gonna ask.
Okay.
Jacob, who do you think was the BDE man of the match, sponsored by United Spurs of America?
I love it. You keep it real, Wikipedia. Thank you for that. No, if I want to go with like my practical mind, obviously it'd be either like James or Koulibaly would probably be the best performer of the match. But for me, I will never pick no scum or filth for nothing. And today just adds to the vitriol that I just have for them, the negative. Yeah, I'll drink to that too, whiskey. I mean, come on. My man of the match, though, I was gonna go with Conte and go on this whole spiel about like what he does, what he brings, and Goguma picked Conte, Q picked Conte, whiskey. You said Conte or Lloris. Conte, obviously, everyone touched on it this whole stream so beautifully. So I don't want to harp on it too much longer, but. What a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, he is. I love him so much. I can't stop messaging him and commenting on his shit on Twitter. I mean, on Instagram. I love him so much. We would be nowhere without him. So he brings so much BDE. He brings so much raw passion to Spurs, and something we've lacked, quite frankly. Jose called it, we're a bunch of nice guys. We need to be assholes. And I think Conte helps.
No, he didn't say that. We need to be cunts, intelligent cunts.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, that is right. What a man! What a man! What a man! What a mighty good man, Antonio Conte. So that's obviously my man.
Can I do an honorable mention?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to honorable mention.
So I do like the way the referee allowed the game to proceed. Because he knew, I think, that game's going to be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And if he keeps issuing yellow cards every 5 minutes, I thought it was a good game. Right?
Mm-hmm. He let it go, too.
I think from a neutral's perspective, I thought it was a good game. Obviously from my personal perspective, we played like shit, but it was a really entertaining game. There was a lot going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of the game flow is... I think because of the referees.
That's a good point. Fair shout. A lot of people were hating on him for some calls, but I thought he let it go both ways a lot of times. And honestly, when it comes to officiating, they're only human. They're never going to get it perfect 100% of the time. All you can ask for is if they let one go, you got to let another one go. And we kind of talked about that earlier with Cucurella and Romero. But big up Hurricane 990, still going hard. Yeah. My honorable mention, and people are going to hate me, and I don't really care. I'm saying Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Why? He got the first goal. And I don't care if it's jockstrap riding, if it's... Oh, speaking of not caring about jockstrap riding, England national teams... Wait, hold on. I got to give him the royal fucking treatment.
Spurs of America.
With Mile High Hotspur Leo COYS. How we doing, buddy, old pal?
What's up? It's your home, it's your big homie Benedict Campbell. How we doing?
Benedict.
What's up, Q?
I'm gonna start calling you Benny.
What's up?
I'm gonna start calling you Benny boy.
Whiskey, it's nice to finally meet you. Wikipedia, how you doing?
You too, my bro. You too. Are you about to build a casket with the tools behind you?
You gonna chop them up with all them things?
You know what? I'm about to lend this to Conte, though. You know what I mean?
No. The chisels are better, bro. The chisels.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of chisels, what did you think of Thomas Tuchel's skinny little legs when he did that Bambi prance?
Well, bro, is it late enough for me to tell you how I really feel about it, bro? Or do I go?
We're 2.5 hours. We're 2.5 hours in, so I'm gonna say even if
really?
The bots are what? Yeah, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I was about to end this soon, but Leo jumped in, so I gotta let him say his piece. And I got a couple questions for him too.
Yeah, bro. Well,
but yeah, man, say what you got to say for sure.
Well, I'll be respectful to the fact that Cube's in the room and there's ladies, so I won't really go too crazy about him.
Gogum is here
but he's
too.
a little
Gogum is here too.
biatch. A little biatch, man. Bro, I can't. I mean, honestly, dude, when I seen it, everything going down, especially at the full time when shit was popping off, I was like, oh my god. Bro, it's because honestly too, there was some BS at the pub today, bro. I had to, you know what I mean? Like I had to stand up for all the Colorado Spurs and boot the hell out of some Chelsea people out of there and some Gooners, bro. I did it all by myself because when push comes to shove, bro, you know what I mean? When the grass is cut, the snakes will show. I've told you that before, you know. And sometimes you gotta do shit by yourself, bro.
Brother. You ain't wrong. Get the lawnmower out.
Yep, sometimes you gotta handle shit by yourself. So I made sure that the pub was free of Chelsea fans and of Gooner fans, bro. So I was happy that the coach has my back too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. He's doing the same thing. He's like, this ain't my house, but get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, for sure.
I wanted to ask this earlier, but so did you guys see how Conte got into at full time after he got he was getting sent off? He got into it with Azpilicueta.
Oh, Azpilicueta?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm confused by how he was or why he was getting into it with him, because isn't that his former player? Like they won the league together. Like I'm like a little confused about what that was all about.
What happens when some people oh, go ahead, Whiskey. I'll let you answer.
Azpilicueta was telling Conte, listen, why are you getting in on this? You know, he's like a baby. You know, he is the. I don't know. Maybe that's what I imagine. Like, please don't beat him up.
Stop being mean to my manager, Antonio.
Yes, exactly. You know, he's mentally weak. You know, so that's what I'm imagining.
For me, I really truly when Azpilicueta was doing all that, I was just like, this is what happens when you give just like a little bit of shine, a little bit of success to some bummy ass boy. You know, you can say a lot about a lot of things in life and a lot of people you come across in life. And one thing's for certain, they're either a real ass motherfucker or they're a bummy ass boy. And so it's real easy to weed that out when it comes down to it. Sometimes you could be fooled. Azpilicueta's fooled a lot of people. He doesn't fool me. I think he's a bummy boy. And when you give a little bummy boy that kind of attention, that kind of clout, he think he's something big and strong just because others around him have held him up and helped him be, I guess, whoever the hell he is. But to me, you talk to Conte, you fucking with the wrong man. Because to me, I honestly wanted to punch Thomas Tuchel so much through my TV. It made me so mad. And I haven't been that mad in a long time because no one makes me mad like people I like Thomas Tuchel or Karen Klopp or Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they all make me mad. That's
they
my
almost
little.
feel entitled, huh, bro? It's almost like they fucking feel entitled, dude.
They have success, or you know,
but
different
still,
levels
I
of
mean,
success, and I think it just
there
crazy,
you go.
you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know where that entitlement comes from, because Chelsea has been a money laundering operation for Abramovich for 20 years. That's what they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, fuck them.
Exactly. I hope they get relegated. I was really thinking we were going to do something.
This is why I don't
else.
feel bad if this is why I don't feel bad if Bentancur had given, what the hell is his name, Havertz, like a Roy Keane tackle. Like, I don't care about that.
Yeah, give it to him.
I actually hate them more than Arsenal.
No, that's I hate Arsenal more. I hate the
Arsenal definitely takes the top spot for me. But
I hate Chelsea more than Arsenal.
Chelsea, this game today, Chelsea, it definitely added because
yeah. There's times when I'm driving down the car. There's times when I'm driving down the road in the car, and just out of nowhere, like it won't even be no game day, nothing. I'm just like, I fucking hate Chelsea. Like, bro, I stop at a red light and I'm like, I fucking hate Chelsea, damn it.
Oh my god. I was in having a little trip in Vietnam, right? And even then, I saw somebody
wearing a Chelsea shirt, and I just had a bad day the whole time in Saigon.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking dare he ruin my vacation? I flew 19 hours to see a Chelsea shirt in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like, that just pissed me off.
That's funny you say that because
Let me drink something.
whenever COVID, like the first restrictions were up, and I actually like went shopping in a supermarket for the first time, and one of the last times, the guy behind the counter, he was wearing a Chelsea shirt, and I was just like, man, I don't even want to buy these damn groceries, Joe ugly ass looking like that.
Man.
But big ups to that cashier at I don't know if it's Whole Foods or Sprouts or something. Y'all, I'm getting tired. The word of the night is uttered. And I ain't heard no one uttered the word uttered. So y'all got one more question to incorporate. I'm looking at you, Cubes. When have you uttered utter, or am I just tripping and you haven't?
Not uttered, utter.
Okay, so I'm going to put this up, and maybe it'll inspire you to utter something about uttered.
Well, I know that when I was watching the game, I kept uttering. Shit. And at the very end,
Come on, it's not karaoke.
I shouted, "Oh shit, yes!" It was awesome. And then I was like, "Conte, you fucking legend, you!" Yeah. So it was. What a roller coaster ride! I had a headache like all night because I just had such a roller coaster ride of emotions today.
You know, that's interesting you say that. I had a headache too pretty much most of the day, and it was because that second goal, my son was trying to go to sleep, so like I had already had the TV too loud, so I had to turn it down, and then I sat down, and then that happened, and I was just like, and I think I put too much pressure on my brain or something.
Like blood vessels.
Yeah, definitely something wrong with what I did.
Because I've never actually watched one of the games with anybody. Like I've always had to like just watch it on my own, by myself and everything. No friends, nothing. And then I finally went to the San Francisco like supporters club. Like they go to like a pub in SF, and I finally went there to watch the game. And so like the energy was obviously so much higher. And everybody's just like losing their shit, and you just see like everybody is so disappointed and so sad and then just like it just turned the corner like instantly. And there were a few, because you were talking about it, Leo. There were a few Chelsea fans in the pub as well, but there were like substantially more Tottenham fans because that's where like the supporters club like meets. And so the Chelsea's fans were like, yeah, but it was like quiet, like not enough people, right, whenever they scored. And at the very end they were just silent and then just like left right away. And it was just so sweet.
But you know what, Cube? Just to piggyback off of your comments, dude, you don't go to another person's place of worship. You know, that's disrespectful. If you want to go and you want to watch the game and you're a Chelsea fan, well, don't bring your colors. And whoever invited them was a Colorado Spurs member. You know what I mean? They're the ones that invited these freaking clowns to the pub. And then you don't chant. When you go up a goal, you don't chant, especially in my house. You know what I mean? You don't do that. I'll tell you, like Jacob tells Aaron, you ain't done nothing. You ain't done nothing.
You doing nothing.
Yeah, man.
Big up
Barry McCockner.
Barry McCockner in the house. He's always in the house, Barry. Big up,
Hey,
Barry
he's a late night creep, homie. The late night creep, Barry.
Hey, while you sleep, I creep. You know what I mean? Chill. I ain't heard you use the word not once yet, Leo. You've been on.
Hold on. No, well. I was getting to that, bro. Okay. So I was watching the game, right? I was watching the game, like all you guys were watching the game, and all of a sudden, I see the ball go to Pierre Højbjerg, and for utter amazement, bro, he puts it in the back of the sack.
Uttered amazement. Glad.
Come on now. I just hopped on just to say that, bro.
That's 69 points for you, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
That was great. I think we've all successfully, sans cubes, used the word successfully. So
What? I said uttered. I said I uttered shit.
I thought you said you uttered, then you took it back and said you yelled shit.
No, I
But
said I uttered shit the entire game.
that's my fault.
And
You get
then-
70 points. How about that?
And then at the end, I shouted.
Oh. See, I missed it then. Okay,
Yeah,
that's my
you missed
fault.
it. You're not paying
That's
attention.
negative 50.
What,
No,
what kind of host are you, man? You're not paying attention to your panelists talking.
I do. But I'm just like trying to get through the comments too, because I gotta shout out my peeps like Gogama. While you sleep, I creep. That's right. Come on. No, it's true. I'm actually about to go to sleep too. So while I
Yeah.
sleep, there's gonna be some other people creeping. Probably Barry McCockner. I
I
love
don't know
him.
if that homie sleeps.
No, he probably stay up all night. McCockner. Speaking of
Who's that?
McCockner,
As shitty as everybody played, okay, like as our team played, can we at least be like, that was a incredible game? Like that was like
Yeah, that was a good game.
that was entertaining.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was a
Especially
good
that part right there.
It was like
Mm.
entertaining, like really delivered from an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah,
You
it
guys-
didn't end with a whimper like the City and Liverpool game where Karen Klopp
Yeah.
and Pep was just hugging each other. It's like, yeah, let's rub our coughs together.
There was just
No,
entertainment.
this ended properly like a wrestling game.
Yeah, there were goals.
and that's what I think kind of stands out for me too a little bit about this game was the fact that last year, 2 years ago, this is a game we're losing 2-3-0. We go down and we just don't fight back. We just lay down and take it. And I really think this man right here brings this energy of, I don't care how tall you think you are with your slender looking Bambi legs, old skin boy, green bean, Slim Jim looking boy. I mean, at the end of the day, run up, get done the fuck up. That's how we roll right around here in the South. All right. Thomas Tuchel was just trying to smell, hold, caress the beautiful specimen that is Antonio Conte. But you know what? At the end of the day, we get the last laugh. We stole a point at the stupid ass bridge. So
we did. A well-deserved point, bro. It was a good game. I'm happy with the result.
I'm very happy as well.
Yeah.
Pulling, we had hair pulling, we had 2 red cards for the managers, we had fighting,
Yeah.
we had straight up like we had like
People
a
stomping on each other, like
everything.
Mhm.
Players cursing at the fans. Players.
It had everything.
The fans.
You know what's funny? My last thought before I get y'all's final thoughts, and then my final thought, and then we sign this thing off. My suegra, my mother-in-law, she doesn't tune into Tottenham, I don't think ever. But she just so happened to be watching this game, and what a game for her to watch. She was calling me, we were talking about the feud there at the end, and she was like, "Did you see his post-match interview?" He's like, "You need to look me in my eyes." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. He's a dirty crowd anyway." But man, that was such a great game. Anyway, Cubes, actually, Cubes. Yeah, ladies first. You got any final parting thoughts before we get on up out of here?
So yeah, I would just say it was prime entertainment. It was excellent entertainment. We have to give that to it. Everybody played like shit. It's no one person's fault, so don't be all calling out just strictly Sonny or strictly whoever anybody. It's everybody's fault. Okay, I recognize that he played badly, but
Team Denim, baby.
I feel like
Team Denim.
people are coming for some people, and he's not the only one that people are coming for. Like they're like,
Oh yeah, you damn right about that, Cube.
coming for it. But no, I feel like everybody played badly, but what I feel
We still dropped it on him.
entertaining is that in addition to it being very entertaining is the fact that like at the very end of it all, we really like dug deep, had grit. We're lucky, yes, but you make your own luck. I said in the chat to Bobby K, you make your own luck. Because if we just gave up and we stopped playing and we stopped trying and we had like celebrated Højbjerg's goal instead of just rushing back and trying to make more, like, shoot more goals and try to, get that momentum back, I think that like we wouldn't have obviously gotten the draw. So it was just sheer like grit, because you make your own luck that we got there, which gives me some optimism, because I think that like there are top like Man City and Liverpool are teams that they don't always play good games. Like Liverpool was shit against Fulham like last week, right? But they got the draw because they refused to lose. So that gives me like some hope, because that shows that they have fight in them. Like the boys have fight in them, that this season they will just try really hard. Like we cannot lose. Like no matter what, we will not lose. It's just like the Burnley game last season, at the end of last season. They're like, we'll get the point. They played badly and they still got a point. They're like, we'll take the pen, we'll fight, we'll draw a foul, we'll do whatever we need to do to get the point.
Fair point. Get the point. Fair point, Cubes. Thank you for that.
Cubes.
Thank you for everything you do. Hurricane coming at you says, Cube sounds like a grandma.
Why do I sound like a grandma?
He said, just kidding. I think Hurricane, he, she, they are, they're trolling you a little bit. I think you got a new friend, Hurricane 99.
I am a grandma though.
Oh, you are?
Can't you tell by my voice? I'm like 80 years old.
I was gonna say 79.
I was gonna say 10 years younger.
Ooh.
But Jacob believed me for a second. He was like, you are?
So wait, you are grandma? Hey, I don't know everyone's life, you know. You haven't shared your, familial details with us, so I don't necessarily know yet. But big ups to you, and thank you for joining, even if you are a grandma or not. We appreciate you. Wikipedia, you got any final parting thoughts?
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Thank you. Fuck them. Fuck them. If you made it this long in the video, fuck them.
Yeah. But, it's a marathon. If we can get 13 points this month, we're still good.
I agree with that. I've been saying...
But let them complain and fuck them.
Fuck them. Damn. I like it. They're very short, sweet, succinct, and very effective.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the motherfucking point. I love to see it. Leo, I know you joined in late. You had your beautiful daughter there with you.
Yeah. It's a pop up, bro. I had to pop up. You know what I mean?
Hey, you popped in and you popped
Go
up.
to the bed and pop up, homie.
We about to pop out, but before we do
That's
that,
cool.
What's your final thoughts?
Your final thought is if I wasn't in love with Antonio Conte before this game, I'm even way more in love with him after this game. That man is ride or die. In my past, bro, a person like that is hard to come by, and a person like that you want to keep on your side, bro.
Hell yeah,
you don't want
brother.
to cross that man. You know what I mean? You want to have a guy like that on your team, and that sends a statement not just to Chelsea, but to the whole Premier League. We're not. It's not lads, it's Tottenham anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it hasn't been like that, and it's not going to be like that anymore, you guys. It's not just lads, it's Tottenham. It's, guys, we're playing against Tottenham. Like, it's not just, we're not.
Shit.
Yeah, bring your shit, because Conte has a fucking army behind him, and he's got a bunch of soldiers, homie, that are ready to ride or die for that motherfucker. So,
Bro, I'm over here fucking 17,000 miles or whatever it is. I'm that far away. And I was ready to fly to London and go beat some Tuchel ass, prancing around like some showboating ass. With your prepubescent legs looking boy.
Looks like he rides a chicken.
Bro,
He does have
he
like a
looked
chicken
funny.
leg, doesn't he? Especially when he runs and he's like hunched.
He ugly too. He's just ugly as fuck.
And
if
I
you
can't
look at his
believe-
face, he's just ugly.
I can't believe he's been
No, he's
known
more
to
like
be
a
a Spurs
librarian
fan.
at the university.
No, because librarians at least got that, maybe I take my glasses and unpin my hair, and you're like, oh, wow, let's show me your Dewey Decimal System.
That's the type of librarians I like too.
Yeah, I don't want my librarian looking like Tuchel. I'd be like, what kind of layer do you have in the hidden dungeons of the book storage rooms? Like, what do you do in there? It must be murky and like swampy, you ugly man. No, Goguma Skinny's not bad though. I'm just more speaking about whenever he was running on the sidelines and they showed that shot and his legs and watching him run around. He reminded me of that movie. What's that fucking name? Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Jack Skellington?
Jack Skellington. Yeah.
He reminded me of that, running around like the way he was like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
he
fuck you,
runs.
dude.
You know what? He actually, when he opens up his arms and he's a little bit hunched, he reminds me of like an anteater that's ready to fight. you know, because he's like his claws are opened up like that, you know. So yeah, he is ridiculous.
He's got
looking,
them
man.
legs
He's
like
definitely
Groot.
out of proportion.
But Goguma, you were 100% correct. Skinny is
That is
not
like-
bad.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get somebody to make that.
Make what?
He's got them Groot legs.
Grew, you know.
Groot from Despicable Me.
Despicable Me. He does
Oh,
look
man.
a little bit.
Oh my god.
That guy.
Yeah,
man.
with Azpilicueta as one of the minions.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe us.
I can. He's a punk ass bitch.
Yeah,
Cubes, come on.
You know what?
Respect, no respect.
You know, he's
for-
backing up his coach. He's backing up his team. You know, that's
Yeah, well,
You don't need to
You
get
know,
all over
still make
like,
it-
full on like get going at it with Conte, like on his own. Like on his own. It wasn't like with other players. He was like on his own, going at it with Conte and like attacking Conte. And y'all was like, no respect for your former manager who freaking got you the title, the league title. What's up with that?
Shit's
No
all out the door though
respect.
now, Cubed. I think that shit's all out the door now. I
yeah,
mean, he joined Tottenham.
you've been and plus you haven't worked together in a couple few odd years, so like, you know, people change, man.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen before
Sonny would
my
never
eyes. So
do that, man. Sonny has respect for all his old managers.
well, see, that's because Sonny's a fucking great ass
That's,
human.
yeah, that's
Azpilicueta's
funny.
not.
Yeah.
Sonny's a great guy.
Yeah.
Azpilicueta's
And also
not.
look at
Caesar gets
looking
stabbed
at,
in the back for a reason.
Yeah, looking at looking at how Human Dad trained him.
Human dad, yeah, baby.
But I did like how everybody just bum rushed and like backed him up, and like in general, like how people are like protecting Sonny that time. How like everybody just sort of, they all just like they're like an army, you know. There's like the team spirit is like for real there, you know. They all got each other's back.
Speaking of
got a
people who got each
three-match
other's
ban?
back, what?
Is it a 3-match ban or just the 1 match?
One.
That's cool.
I believe it's one.
I think
it's
I got a
three.
3-match ban from the pub, bro.
Yeah, they might be upset with you, buddy, because I don't think the pub cares. I think
Wait,
they're just like,
didn't
whoever's going to
Conte-
give us money.
Wait, you got a
Didn't they
3-match
get
from the pub?
I mean, I'm
straight
just
threat?
being
Isn't that the
facetious,
three
but I
match?
mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear about it.
Oh.
Because, I mean, there was like broken glass and blood and like big man feelings got hurt, you know what I mean, by this guy. And so, honestly, I'm like, whiskey, fuck them. But, you know, you ain't coming to my crib and trying to fucking dip your finger in my sugar bowl. It just ain't happening, huh, Jacob?
My sugar bowl. That sounds lovely. Whiskey, you were saying something. I've been trying to sign this show off for about 15 minutes now, and you hoodlums keeping me
No, I was
going.
just saying, didn't they both get a straight red?
Mhm.
Isn't that like a 3-match ban? Or it's
It might be
it's a
different for
3-match.
managers. It might be
Yeah,
different for
I don't know.
managers. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out, though, and we'll talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
What I worry about
Oops,
Wolves.
not. What'd you say?
Yeah, I mean, he's still going to be on the earpiece to who's going to take over, Mason?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They already said Mason. Yeah, they announced that already.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
he's gonna be on
fucking
the
funny,
earpiece.
bro. Come on, Conte. I love that man. I love that man, bro.
Be like Goguma. Drop a like. Drop a subscribe. United Spurs of America. That's where we're popping
You know
up,
what-
popping out.
You know what they should do? They should still have a
Uh,
Conte cam with him back at the Hotspurs
Poor Jacob
during
is
the
crying
next game.
on the screen.
Yeah, that actually would be really great if they did a Conte cam of that.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, with him yelling at Ryan Mason.
Oh, that'd
man.
be great. It'd have a kind of what Jose did when he got banned. He was peering over the stands on that one stadium. That was funny.
Yeah, Roma. Yeah.
Goguma, I'm
That
trying,
was a Roma.
but I'm being respectful to our guests. I don't want to just cut them off. And we are done here. As a matter of fact,
All right.
I appreciate Leo. Go check him out. Mile High Hotspur. Leo COYS on Twitter. Leo COYS 1882. Real quick, I want to shout out our Patreon members. We have been moving everyone over there. So if you're here with us this late, I feel like by this point you should just become a supporter of some fashion. Join some tier. We're moving everyone over to patreon.com/United Spurs of America. Our current patrons, the one and only Ellie, Queen Ellie from Tottenham Till I Die, sole member of the 10-inch club right now. Who's going to join her? who's going to join her in the 10-inch club. We also got official sponsors club. That's James George, Jayco, Mile High Hotspur. You see his beautiful face right there. Leo COYS. Scott M. He was on earlier. You see in his beautiful face. And our Anchor Club members, C-Cube, Jaw Dank, and Alex Wood. The Anchor Club members. That is an expiring club, so y'all are part of a distinct few. But we're moving everything over to Patreon. So if you don't mind, go on over there if you want to be a supporter of the podcast, be part of the 10-inch club, official supporters club. We also got an exclusive BDE club. It's a little pricey, but there's some special things coming, and you want to be a part of that. So definitely hit that like, hit that subscribe. You don't got to pay a fucking $1 for that. You just got to clickety-click. Share it with your mother, too. She wants to watch this show. That doesn't cost you nothing. So if you don't want to support us financially, too, bro. Shit, everybody wants a BDE. Come on now. But big ups. Thank you all for joining me. If you've been on this whole time, you're a madman, but I love you. Cubes, thank you so much. Whiskeypedia, I appreciate you. First time hopping on, popped that cherry nicely. And we didn't even have to put that cherry like a maraschino cherry or nothing in the drink. We got straight to the business, and I love it, man. You're welcome anytime, by the way. Leo, the door's always revolving for you, brother. You know the rules. Much love again until November, and then we will resume after that. But much love, Leo. I had to do that. But big ups to you. Bro. Big ups to everyone. Please hit that like and subscribe. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, in Conte we trust.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.